Ready? That's big stretch. Hey, Amon. Who up summating their examination? Me, it seems. Hi, Errol. Good to see you. Oh, couldn't refill my water. Back in a tick. I don't know exactly how long a tick is. It just sounds nice to say. Hold on a second. All right, I'm back. Hello, hi. Sorry about that. We're ready to roll. Been running around all day. We're about to, had to drive out to a Walmart that was like, honestly, like an hour-long drive. Just because, no one had, none of my local game stores had any copies of the new Tomodachi Life. So, had to brave the urban jungle. So close to 50k, I should think of another micro game to add to the endless menu. Once we're done with Ace Attorney 1, we should be able to get through a couple of them pretty quickly. Next up on the docket, we got Cave Story, which should be pretty fun. I'm looking forward to that one. I have an idea for what I want to do for the model there, which should be good, and should give me some time to do some sketch requests as well. So I'm looking forward to that. Gotta get the sketch request list together. Did you get a Tomodachi Life? My brother got a copy of it for the Switch 1, but we wanted to get a physical copy so that if I wanted to play it, I could also do that. I don't know what the difference is between the Switch 1 and Switch 2 version. If there is a difference between the Switch 1 and Switch 2 version. My guess is probably just some very slight, like, graphical bumps and the like. I don't know. I'm glad that the Switch 2 is fully backwards compatible, though. That's very, 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 very convenient. Quite a big fan of that, which is nice. I've been liking my Switch 2. I haven't had a lot of time to use it because I've been very busy these past 2 weeks. But I was playing some Pragmata on it before stream. Having a good time with it. I think the combination of the hacking minigame and the third-person shooting is really, really fun to me so far. Although, in terms of all my upgrades, I've just been funneling them into hacking because I'm always going to have that, and it seems like it's probably the best way to do damage and required for fighting almost every single enemy. Howdy, Zach. Finally catching a stream for the start. Hey, good to see you. Happy to have you. Whew. Yeah, but I have been busy, and next week is going to be no different. Next week is going to be a lot of fun, assuming I've got all my proverbial ducks in a row. I'm looking forward to that. We should probably... Errol, based on your best estimate, we got, what, 2 more streams of this left, including this one? We got today, and then whenever the next stream is. And we'll probably be finished with Case 4. Which should line up pretty nicely, because I've got... me and Walrus are seeing if we can fit in a... what is it? Another contradiction stream somewhere in there next week. And then after that, it should be relatively smooth sailing. I think work is going to be back to pretty normal. But looking forward to it. Wasn't able to catch up on the VOD of the last stream. Where are you at the trial? We are just about to start the second summation examination, I believe. We got through the beats. Give me a second. Oh, gotta pull up the calculator. Oh, it's been nice getting back into Great Ace Attorney, though, I gotta say. It's a lot of fun to stream. It turns out I really like doing voices. It's quite enjoyable, as a matter of fact. I like it quite a lot. And so having to come up with so many different silly voices on the spot, while stressful, mind you, is fun. Carry the 1, multiply by 1.66, repeating, of course. Yeah, that's the jelly time dilation modifier. A provable mathematical theorem devised by Mouse during the Umineko streams. You should finish today? Whoa! Well, alrighty then, alright. You're way ahead of schedule? Well, I tell you, that Ace Attorney name ain't just for show, huh? Man, I'm good. You might even have time for some escapades. Congrats. Damn, I'm good. And I've absolutely, definitely already solved what's going on with the Reaper, and I can't wait to spend the next year collecting little bits and pieces of evidence that I'm correct, because I'm fucking cooking. It's gonna be awesome, my genius streamer. I am something of a savant, I would say. Hey, Vrooch, good to see you. God, Mousewave is such a good emote. Mousefear did such a good job on that. I need to make some new emotes myself. I really gotta get to work on those what is it? Those little popcorn fellas. I'm gonna miss Mousewave. Yeah, it's gonna be a shame. Although Mouse is gonna figure out plugins that should work for that. I think, right? Not better TTV. But I think there's something that she said she was gonna come up with. Mouse reference such good. We're gonna lose access to Mouse Gasp on Twitch. That's crazy. Maybe Mouse can upload it to 7TV. I think 7TV is the one that she was planning on doing, if I'm not mistaken. It sucks that she has to demonetize her streams. Man, that is a shame. But I'll tell you, all things considered, a very small price to pay to get the fuck out of here. That's good for her, all things considered, but damn, that does suck. It was going really, really well. I'm sure it still will, as far as, you know, pulling in community support and all that stuff. I'm sure it'll still go well. I just hope that it's something that she's able to continue doing even without some financial benefit. Technically it's per channel, so you'd have to add them here anyway. Aw, that's annoying. But if that's the case, I'll be sure to enable it on my channel as well. I won't add my own emotes, because I would prefer for emotes to be something that are, you know, subscribers actually have a reason to subscribe. But I will definitely add Mouse's, if that is the case. Because I would want people to be able to use those. But... oh, shit! My bad. Didn't mean to hit that. Misclick is a misinput. the perfect misinput. But anyway, yeah, time for more Great Ace Attorney. I'll be honest, I kind of forgot everything that was happening in the trial a little bit. I think right now there's a discrepancy with, assumedly Soseki saw someone, wow, a lot of S's in quick succession there. Hi, Merrick, good to see you, buddy. Soseki was on a different street than the crime that occurred. He saw someone else in a green coat collapse, namely one of the jurors, who seemed to be pretty heavily related to what's going on. So that's interesting. The jury system is flawless. And I don't know how this is gonna shake out, because the victim in this case isn't dead. I mean, she's comatose. the point of the knife was broken off. I don't know. I wonder, you may not be where I thought you were. Oh no. Uh-oh. Let me get in there. We're in trial part 2. I assume there's a second day of investigation we haven't started yet. We just finished the cross-examination of the beat. Might spoil something if I ask too many clarifying questions, though. It's the second summation examination is where we're at right now. Let me show you the court record to see what evidence we got. This is it. Our newest evidence is the 4th book, which we found and saw was charred to a crisp in this case. And that's not British for chip. By second, do you mean the second in the game or the second in this trial? The second in this trial. Okay, you're good. Okay, gotcha. Good. Good. Summation examination sounds too cool for what is essentially pestering the jury. Well, it's Ace Attorney. It's gotta sound cool even if it's completely menial. Howdy, meeple. Oh shit, hold on. I'm not in the right spot. My bad. One moment, please. What is this? Is that the silly? I think that's the silly. There we go. That's better. That's more like it. That's where I should be. And Joe thought Season X, Episode Y was unrealistically detailed. How is that unrealistically detailed? That's just a very normal way of determining, a place in a show. Still wondering what's going on with this knife. Either, Ryunosuke and Sasato assumed that it meant that the tip of the knife was still in her back. But I'm wondering if the knife itself was blunted so that it couldn't be used to stab someone. I didn't want to spoil you that there was more than one summation examination in this case. I think he cited that way of talking a few times as unrealistic nerd talk in fiction. What? What? Huh? It's like completely normal. Okay, anyway. Back to the things that are even more exceedingly normal. It's time for Ace Attorney. Let me get the stretch. All right. I have considered the defense counsel's request for a further summation examination of the jury. And I have determined that the court must uphold the defense's judicial right to this procedure. Who do you? So, counsel, you will now proceed with your second summation examination. I presume the jury is ready, Mr. Foreman. We are, my lord. I don't think that was his voice, but it's close enough. Very good. In that case, I must ask each of you now to state clearly and concisely for the court the grounds on which you find the defendant guilty of the crime. The accused left behind evidence at the scene, didn't he? There's 3 books of his.
If there was some novel alternative explanation about how the victim was stabbed, I might reconsider.
Even if the woman was throwing books, it can't be related to this crime if the window was closed, can it?
Dearie me, it was only a little book, hardly life-threatening, even with a direct hit.
Look, I just want to get this over with. If I don't bring home pay tonight, I'll be in a tiny bit of trouble. Come to think of it, you had a fire at home a while ago. Gave me the sneezes. Okay, we're running through the gauntlet immediately, right out of the gate. Give me 7 different voices, right out of the gate. Out of the frying pan into the fire. Yes, considerably more tangible arguments from all members of the jury this time around. It seems. It seems. With one notable exception, of course. My learned student friend was unable to find fault in the previous witness testimony. So the court must accept the fact that it was indeed the accused seen fleeing from the scene. And moreover, no one else was even at the scene to commit the crime. You've met my, oh, you're cute, oh man, you are racist juror, oh no. Is it juror number 2 who has like one of the cutest designs ever, but maybe she sucks? Yeah, I figured. Give me a points total where Jelly puts the Amos PNG on for 20 minutes. I'll consider it. Okay, I'll crunch some numbers for you. How's that sound? Well, if the eyewitnesses are correct, it would seem as if the conclusion is somewhat set in stone. I fail to see how it can be argued any other way.
It means, I'm afraid, that during this summation examination, it's essential that you establish some other tangible explanation for the facts.
How? What would even constitute a tangible explanation here? Isn't it obvious? Who stabbed the woman and how? Those 2 details are all you need to provide. Simply give us a name and a method by which the attack was conducted. And there I was thinking this might be hard.
Mr. Naruhodo, you have to do it. Otherwise, this really will be where the trial ends.
If Jelly ever plays Doom or similar, I'll draw them an Amos if requested. Perhaps I'll take you up on it. No pressure, then. That's quite enough preamble. Proceed with the summation examination, please. I presume you are prepared, counsel. Yo, yes, my lord. Hi, Flora. Good to see you. All right, Ryunosuke, focus your mind now. Oh, 2 slaps this time. Clearly, key to this summation examination is going to be juror number 4, the maid, or should I say Mrs. Garadeb.
We have a book that disappeared from the Garadeb's house on the evening of the incident, and the 4th book found in the victim's hand.
Must be a way to link the 2. Yes, that's what we have to find. Using every technique I've learned in my short career so far. Whatever it takes.
Don't forget to keep an eye on Mrs. Garadeb and how she reacts, even to the things other people say.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, we haven't had one of those in a bit. Howdy, Cactus. Good to see you. Jury examination. The defense's rebuttal. Double cheek smacks are like his version of entering his second phase, like when Van Zeeks takes off his coat. Let's see, those 3 books of his. There's some novel alternative. Novel alternative. Is that novel alternative, you say? There was some novel alternative explanation. Uh-huh. Hardly life-threatening, even with a direct hit. But the little book was on fire at the time, was it not?
Flames of lava, have you known?
There's really no such thing as a loving incendiary bomb. Oh, don't believe... Ryunosuke, the US government would beg to disagree.
Oh. Well, he brought it upon himself. It's playing with fire to betray a fiery love. Isn't it? Well, don't you agree?
Well, any kind of betrayal is certainly a bad thing, yes. But I think the argument might have arisen out of your misunderstanding, Mrs. Garadeb. The fucking Gomen Oomph-chan pose.
Never mind you that. The point is, we were just having a jovial little dispute. Nothing more.
Just getting fucking smacked around over here.
And I won't have any more of these suggestions that it was anything whatsoever to do with this crime.
Don't slap Union Jack. I saw you DMing me about that one, Bob +2. Right, well, we'll see about that. But what about juror number 5? He doesn't seem to be turning a hair at Mrs. Garrett's relentless onslaughts.
It's almost as though he's used to it. What a gentle soul he is.
Your hysteric old lady voice is immaculate, by the way. Thank you. I am truly a Chan of many talents.
Hold it!
Press this very normal man. But what about the possibility that the window is open? What about it? I mean, there's just no way it could have been. How can you be so sure? Prosecutor fellow over there said it earlier, didn't he? Winters in London are no joke. You don't want to invite that sort of cold indoors. So no, that window wasn't open. Us Londoners like sitting by the fire and staying warm, see? But you couldn't categorically state that the window wasn't open, could you? It just wasn't. They wouldn't have opened it. Then what's the point of even having windows, huh? Counsel, you will kindly refrain from childish bickering. Oh, sorry. Somehow I need to show there's an undeniable possibility that the window is open. This young man isn't going to budge otherwise. We had a fire at home a while ago. It gave me the sneezes.
Hold it!
So, you might be willing to change your decision, you mean?
Oh my, such delight on your face. But I'm afraid I shan't be swayed by emotion. Despite what you may think of me, I'm a very modern, metropolitan, and rational woman.
That's great. That's great. Good. Good to know. Good. I'm glad to hear it.
If one reads the morning papers, it's all forgotten by tea time, isn't it? So why read them in the first place? You see, modern, metropolitan, and rational thinking, wouldn't you say?
Not at all extreme.
As I see it, an overwhelmingly suspicious Japanese man has been implicated by an overwhelmingly strong testimony. So despite one or two minor puzzlements, I do declare that the man is overwhelmingly guilty. Modern, metropolitan, and rational logic, wouldn't you say?
Overwhelmingly.
But us modern gals are often delighted to embrace new fads, you know. So I'd be only too happy to consider an exciting new theory if you could come up with one.
I'd be happy to do that, too. If only I could.
Let's do our very best not to disappoint the modern and metropolitan young lady.
Right. I'm glad you omitted rational there. I think maybe...
Hold it!
But as we now know, there were 4 books, not 3.
Well, what difference does it make?
There's every possibility that the 4th book, in fact, belongs to the defendant's landlord.
Yes, that's the part I have a problem with.
Sorry?
Well, at the point the woman was stabbed, this landlord fellow was at home, wasn't he? Enjoying a fiery scrap with his wife or something, you said.
That's not exactly how I put it, no.
Well, anyway, the point is the fellow and his wife were somewhere else when it happened.
I think that's what you call a strong alibi.
So it couldn't have been the landlord who did it, which only leaves the Nipponese fellow. Honestly, I can't see what all this palaver's about. It's a done deal, isn't it?
I suppose it is, since I've nothing witty left to say.
Hold it!
How do I,
Excuse me!
No, I didn't. No, that's not... No, that's not... did that last statement trouble you in some way, perhaps?
The only thing troubling me is that little Japanese lodger with the funny moustache. After all, when a lodger moves in, it's rather like having a new member of the family arrive.
It might be an idea to use the new member of the family's name then, instead of that little Japanese lodger.
The point is, it's very difficult to know what would make a good welcome gift for the man. A book or something nice to eat.
Putting aside concerns about presents for the moment, could you maybe focus on the present concerns at hand? Okay, I did not mean to press her on that.
Hold it!
I've never seen this conversation. Can I make him continue or... Okay, I just have to look around. What am I gonna part with? Sorry. Bella and his wife were somewhere else when it happened. The little wobble is so fucking cute. I hate the way they treat her so much. Alright. Time to question the last two.
Hold it!
Does that have anything to do with your decision about the defendant's culpability in this case?
Sorry, what's that? You'll have to speak up, lad.
Jelly's old lady voice just straight up beams images of cookie tins containing sewing accessories into my head. It's so good. Thank you, Merrick. I aim to please. Could you tell us more about that fire?
It was last winter. My grandchildren baked me a lovely cake on my birthday. It had 75 candles on the top it did. What a sight to behold it was.
You put candles on a cake? Was it some kind of devil worship?
Of course not. It was an angel cake to celebrate my birthday, of course.
It seems that's a common custom here in Great Britain, Mr. Naruhodo.
Anyway, I must have all my puff to blow them out. Only I must have blown wrong somehow. Flames didn't go out, candles went flying all over the room. Furniture caught and everything went up. The whole place filled with smoke.
So if perhaps the place was filled with smoke on account of the fire, they might open a window. Definitely sounds like devil worship to me. Fucking satanic panic Ryunosuke over here. And by the sneezes, I presume you mean a cold? But how did you catch a cold from a fire?
What a fiasco it was. The grandchildren, bless them, they threw water over me as I tried to put out the flames. And then, because the whole room had filled up with smoke, of course, we had to open all the windows to clear it.
The windows.
The biting winter air rushed over me like the devil dancing on my grave, it did. I got a terrible cold from it. Put me in hospital for a while. I won't forget that birthday in a hurry.
I knew it was a devil worship. I knew it was devil worship all along. Something about this old man's story is playing on my mind for some reason.
We need to demonstrate who, apart from Mr. Natsume, could have attacked the young woman on the street, as well as how he or she could have done it.
Yes, but once again, jurors' statements are full of personal prejudice. A lot of them seem convinced they're right, even in the face of logical arguments to the contrary. Feel bad for the people who haven't heard that particular Stormlight Archives audiobook to know how perfect Jelly's impression is. See if you can get a clip of Taravangian speaking and put it in the Discord. I feel like that'd be pretty fun.
I think you're going to need to pit them against each other to force them to accept an alternative explanation.
Yes. I don't necessarily need to find contradictions between their assertions. Just a connection might do the trick. Alright, I'll see what I can do. If anything stands out, I'll go in for a strike.
That's the spirit.
Let's see. mean, I can see the connection, but is the game going to accept this connection?
Objection!
I'm going for it. Full send. Full send. These two juror statements clearly contradict one another. They do? Or they do? How exactly, counsel? Don't point at me again. I told you it wasn't me.
What's that you say? Speak up, lad. Speak up.
Juror number 3. Do you see? Oh, me? See what, sir? Did you hear juror number 6's account of his birthday celebrations last year? It seems, despite being a Londoner, he once opened his windows in the middle of winter. Well, yes, of course, because it was an emergency. I mean, obviously, if the room was filled with smoke from a fire, then you'd be mad not to open the... Go! Exactly. On the day in question, at the time of the incident, there was a fire in the Garridib's household, and Mr. Garridib had the following to say about it. The whole place filled with smoke.
Oh my.
Oh, my hat! What? What? Oh, she's fucking... Damn. Alright. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, I suppose.
Excuse me!
Excuse me! Juror number 4. Do you have something to say about that? Mrs. Garrideb!
Oh, dearie me! What is the meaning of this? How dare you imply that I'm hiding who I really am?
It's imperative that you confirm something for the court. So please, it's time to drop the pretense now.
What is it?
When the fire started in your house that day, did you or your husband open the window?
Well, I beg your pardon? What are you insinuating?
The room would have been thick with smoke after the carpet and bookcase caught fire as they did. In a situation like that, it's inconceivable that you wouldn't have opened the window.
And what if we did?
Oh,
Oh, all right then. Yes, you're right. My husband was frantically trying to open the window, which can't have been easy since I continued to give him a justly deserved book battery.
even though your house was on fire. I just know bro is seething over there at the prosecutor's bench because he has to be quiet through all of this.
Oh, you'll never stop throwing until the anger subsides. It would be terribly bad for the nerves to do otherwise.
Of course. I should have realized.
That's a significant step forward, Mr. Naruhodo. You've managed to establish that the window was open. We simply must have that added to Mrs. Garridib's formal statement.
What is up at the time? I forgot to clean. Okay, well then... Would it be this then? Because now he's saying it could be open, and she's saying that it was.
Objection!
No? Okay. Those two statements clearly contradict each other!
Hold it!
Oh, who the fuck?
I'm sorry, but as foreman of the jury, I have to object. That's complete nonsense.
What?
As a banker, don't forget, an educated man, and there's no contradiction as far as I can see. Watching this farce unfold is almost as infuriating as being caught behind a pathetic 10-kilometer-per-hour Sunday cycler on the road.
I can see the selection menu works well in 3D. Isn't jury 1 the witness in the first London case? He is the witness from the first London case. That's true. Quite so, Mr. Forty. I will not permit a whimsical attack against the good members of the jury, counsel. There was nothing whimsical about it.
It's very important to listen carefully to every juror, Mr. Naruhodo. Then you can decide where the contradictions really lie, if there are any.
They even gave Bruce Fairplay a voice actor with an Aussie accent, not just the Aussie-specific slang. I see. Howdy, Aldici. Let's press turn number 5 real quick. You just want to get this over with? How can you sit there and say something like that? A man's future is at stake here.
Well, him and me both then, like I said before.
What?
I told you already. I'm a day laborer, aren't I? I don't bring home some readies with me tonight. You'll find me floating face down in the Thames tomorrow morning.
What?
You heard me. My missus isn't one to mess with, you know. She can be fierce, believe you me.
Why is everyone's wife abusive in The Great Ace Attorney? What's... Why is this so consistent? Why is it like this? Another shining example of marital bliss, then.
A situation like this cropped up the other day.
Do you know, it's funny, I can't quite remember. There have been 20 people in London and all of them have marital problems. Sorry?
It's too frightening. That's the thing. Must have blocked it out.
Helpful. I wonder if Mr. Beat will ever be dragged into the Thames by his scarf.
Don't even go there, Mr. Sato. Must be some way to jog his memory about this. What? Art director Kazuya Nuri talked about wanting to juxtapose the animations of the Gyarados and the Beats to show two kinds of love. And if anything is a self-report on one's marriage, it's making those kinds of animations for the honeymoon couple versus the older couple. Yeah, that's certainly one way to put it. Just look at the way Kazuya Nuri draws men and I think you'll have your answer. Domestic violence by women can be evaded by simply not living with a woman. Kazuma knew this, and yet he died to regular violence instead. Okay, maybe we just press her on this. The fourth book found at the scene of the crime shows very obvious signs of fire damage. And the title of the book is The Lion's Pride. The same title, in fact, as the book that Mr. Gyarados told us he had been reading.
Well, I really couldn't say.
On the day in question, did you or did you not throw at your husband a copy of The Lion's Pride that he had been reading?
I did.
Oh, whoa.
It was the first thing I could lay my hands on, so I hurled it straight at him. But now you come to mention it, yes. He was rather enjoying reading it, you're right.
Well, why did you not reveal this information to the court from the outset?
Because I couldn't, you insolent little man. I didn't remember. At times like that, you pick up and throw whatever you can lay your hands on, elsewhere you know.
I really don't.
I barely noticed I was throwing a book, but that's the title of it.
Oh. Excuse me. Stop with the slamming, dude. What is it, juror number 5? You know something? I remember what it was. That memory I blocked out. Ah. It was listening to what this granny was saying. Brought it all flooding back.
Oh, you're calling her granny, you cheeky devil! It's Mrs. Gyarados, the maid, I'll have you know!
Anne doesn't even flinch. Please tell me that's not because he's so used to being hit all the time. Why? Why is it like this in Ace Attorney? Why?
It was about 2 weeks ago now. Just got back home from work, like, put my hand in my pocket for the wages I just earned that day. I nearly died. The whole, every last penny had dropped out.
Oh dear, what a disaster.
You haven't heard the half of it, boy.
Oh?
My wife was cutting up some chicken at the time. I couldn't hardly get the words out, but I told her straight. I've lost a day's wages, love. Next thing I knew, the blade was whistling past my ear. Stuck into the wall next to me, it did. About an inch deep.
Whoa. No words, just terror.
I could smell it then, you know. That god-awful stench of the dames. I was sure I was gonna end up face down in the muddy banks that night, I can tell you. Now, that's a real disaster, isn't it?
I'll never use the word lightly again. Another knife crime in London?
Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is this. When women lose their rag, they'll throw anything at you. Knives, hatchets, hammers, you name it.
Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't think that all women are so short-tempered and unrefined.
No, I wasn't thinking that.
Throwing household objects at people is, well, it's so uncivilized. At least attack with honor, using a bow or the like.
What? Attack? Who are you going to attack?
Never mind. Anyway, this man's words could be rather significant, I think.
Alright. Come back to the bow and arrow thing later, if I dare. Violence is funny when women do it. You gotta understand. It's like how it's funny when a female character is a pervert. But if a male character is a pervert, they should be killed with stones. You know what I mean? It's just like that.
Hold it!
Wife really threw a kitchen knife at you?
That's right. She was chopping meat with it.
Let's not be under the misunderstanding that you're even ironically defending the grape fucker. I'm sorry. Boulder, what the fuck are you talking about? Boulder, the grape fucker? What are you talking about? What was the fruit? What are you talking about? 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 The fucker who looks like a grape? What are you saying? What? What? Who the fuck are you talking about? The one I did. A fucker who looks like a grape? Okay, that at least makes sense, though. What do you mean it makes sense? What are you talking about? Mineta, My Hero Academia? What? I'm sorry. Let me scroll back up. Let's see. Let's not be under the misunderstanding or even ironically defending the grape fucker. Boulder. Sorry. Let me check the fucking court record here real quick. If you'll remember, I said that it's funny when a girl character is a pervert, but if a male character is a pervert, they should be killed with stones. How does Grape Boy come into the picture? I think he should be killed with stones, and I think it would be a merciful end for him. This looks like a character that should be killed with stones for sure. Anyway.
That's right. She was chopping meat with it. A tiny edge on it, believe me. Still, it's all memories, isn't it? Started with that smile she threw me when we were courting. Since then, the list of things she's thrown at me has grown along with our relationship.
He should indeed be killed with stones, but a less careful reading would leave the witness under the impression that you don't think he should be killed with stones. A less careful reading of male characters who are perverts should be killed with stones would imply that a male character should not be killed with stones? What do you mean a less careful reading? Do you mean not reading? I'm sorry, never mind. I'm getting a little... I'd send Minetta to the Shadow Realm if I could. Big O.C. made waffles energy. Okay, there was a cup, glass, a pot, kettle, chair, wardrobe, a cooker, a bathtub? A bathtub? Your wife must be even beefier than you. Things came to a head last week when she threw me right into the Thames. Still, she's not so bad when she's calmed down. A little sweetheart, really. I'm so happy for you. You want to know what I think? I think this whole deal of ladies first that we're so obsessed with in this country. Start up by some clever lads who've been tossed into the Thames a few times, too many times by their wives. Why is this case like this? That's a very interesting theory. Jelly is doing it on purpose. Not doing what on purpose? Thames? Is this why you keep saying Thames? Yes? Thames? I'm not even remotely close to saying Thames. Anyway, it's a very interesting theory. What a terrible thought. The face of it. Thames is pronounced Thames? Oh. Oh, I see. I disagree. Agree to disagree. That's not how letters work. They should have used an E if they wanted an E sound. The juror's statement just now sounds like a really extreme anecdote. But I think it might turn out to be an extremely powerful weapon. This case is Shu Takami's traipse down misogyny lane Victorian style. Oh no. A weapon that I might be able to use to make the jurors accept an alternative explanation here. Would it be maybe... this?
Objection!
Yeah, there we go. Those two statements clearly have a deeply significant connection. Good grief. You mean they don't contradict each other? Explain, counsel, at once. Juror number 2, do you think perhaps that this could be one such novel alternative? Oh my, whatever do you mean? An alternative explanation as to how the victim was stabbed in the back. What are you talking about? We've demonstrated that the fourth book, The Lion's Pride, that was found at the scene of the crime, originated in Mr. Garrett's room on the top floor of his house. Therefore, it's equally possible that some other object besides the book could have found its way from the Garrett household to the street below. Huh? What's that now? After all, Mrs. Garrett could have thrown any number of different objects at her husband. Isn't that right, juror number 4? What are you insinuating now, you little beanpole? I'm beginning to think that ever since the true origins of the book came to light, perhaps she's had a feeling this might be what happened.
Now you listen here, you Eastern Gala. As the foreman of this jury, I demand a straight answer. You give us this yarn about some other object making its way out of the house. But what? What was it?
Hopefully that wasn't a slur I just said. Hopefully. I'm gonna hope. I'm gonna hope it was slang and not a slur. Taking a really big gamble here. It's a bold accusation to make, but I haven't any real evidence to back it up. I'm certain, at the very least, this warrants further investigation. All right, Mr. Foreman. I'll try to explain the defense's theory. The other object that found its way from the Garrett household to the scene of the crime was the jackknife.
Take that!
Take that! Juror number 4, Mrs. Garrett. What now? Gala, Aussie slang for a fool named after a bird. I see. I must apologize in advance for this, but I need you to confirm something else for the court. This knife. Have you ever seen this knife before? Good Lord, Counsel. What on earth are you doing? That's the weapon that was lodged into the victim's back, man. Oh! My lord, remember that when the victim was attacked, Mr. and Mrs. Garrett were in the throes of an argument. The throes of an argument? Mrs. Garrett was hurling anything she could at her husband, who'd have backed up against the window. A window that had been opened to clear the smoke, and through which a book sailed to land at the scene of the crime.
You can't seriously believe that. The book was found in the victim's grasp.
You're saying that it flew out the window across the street to land neatly in her hand?
Huh? Even my missus hasn't got aim like that.
Yes, I admit, there are many details we don't yet understand. But that's the point. That's precisely why we must not allow this trial to end. Not right now.
Oh my!
Mrs. Garrett, your answer, please. Have you seen this knife before or not? Mrs. Garrett, you don't have to answer that. You don't have to answer that without a lawyer present. Without your lawyer present. You don't have to answer that. You don't have to answer that. You don't have to answer that. Shut the fuck up, Thursday. You don't have to answer that. Oh my fucking... Actually, she does. Mrs. Garrett, you have to answer that. You have to answer that. There are 2 lawyers present. You have to answer that. It's open... It's open the fuck up Thursday.
I wish to change my decision. I'm a woman of my word, after all.
Thank you, madam.
Yes, I agree. I certainly didn't see this coming, but I just don't think it would be right for this trial to come to an end with so many unanswered questions.
Mr. Foreman! Oh, I'd have to agree. Not that I think that Grady did it, mind. Yes, you know what? I'm not quite happy about this at the moment either.
All together now, ladies and gents.
What about Taravangian over there?
We did it! Oh, congratulations, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh. So, as a result of the defense's summation examination, a number of jurors' leanings have changed. 2 jurors called guilty, against 4 now calling innocent. Party hearing? You didn't quite catch the argument? I see. Accordingly, the opinion of this court is divided. And this trial will continue. Uryu. Yay! We did it! Yay! Woo! Now then, Lord Van Zeeks, how does the prosecution wish to proceed? How much fucking wine do you have?
This trial is rapidly descending into a farce. Like a corked wine, the first sips are bitter enough. But what follows is so repugnant, it's good for nothing save the gutter. If I may, Lord Van Zeeks, The defense has just put forward a credible alternative explanation for what happened. Credible. Is that your considered opinion, Mr. Foreman? The defense's argument is a joke to which I barely know how to respond, but let me start by insisting that you must all familiarize yourselves better with the relative positions of those places being discussed.
Is a wine saver some sort of grape, some form of grape fucker? What do you mean by that?
It should already be more than apparent that between the crime scene and the Garrett household runs a rather wide street, Briar Road. Which means that the distance from the Garrett's house to the scene is some, 15 yards.
Let me see. 15 yards. That's around 14 meters.
14 meters? Oh, that's a little farther than I imagined.
And as you ladies and gentlemen of the jury rightly noted as having portentous significance, the fourth book was found in the victim's clutches. In other words, Sumari, the smoldering book, wantonly hurled by the lady of the house, traveled some 15 yards to land on the opposite side of the road, neatly between the collapsed victim's finger and thumb.
I'm sorry. You really think that what happened here was she threw it into her unconscious hands? Not that it was thrown out, she picked it up, and then another thing hit her?
Is that your final conclusion, my learned and deluded friend? And did the jackknife follow a near identical trajectory to be plunged into the middle of the victim's back? This fantasy is somewhat stretching the notion of having a bad day for the victim, I think. Even those pathetic serialized detective stories have more believable plots.
Oh, he's a mystery snob, I see. There's nothing I can say to that. There's a lot you can say to that.
That prosecutor loves the sound of his own voice.
Yeah, fucking get him, Susato! Get him, Susato! Miss Susato!
Serialized detective stories are pathetic, are they? How dare he?
Maybe let's pick our battles here?
My lord, might I be allowed to speak? Since I'm the one that actually knows how to solve a fucking case in this courtroom. My apologies.
As judicial assistant, you may speak for the defense, yes. Go ahead.
The prosecution may consider the idea a fantasy. What the defense has postulated was believable enough to persuade the jury to change its leaning. And as such, the court has a duty to explore this alternative explanation as thoroughly as possible.
Oh, yeah, fucking get him. Fuck you, Van Zeeks. Fuck you. Fuck you. Shut up. Shut the hell up.
To that end, Juror number 4, Mrs. Joan Garrideb, must be called to testify and submit to cross-examination.
Saints alive! A cross-examination of a juror.
Oh, we're changing the fucking game here.
Order! 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 Well, this is highly irregular. It is unprecedented for a member of the jury to be summoned to the witness stand.
Objection!
Objection!
Oh, just fucking threw it.
And unnecessary. Lord Van Zeeks. Oh. There are already witnesses in the stand whose testimony the defense may further cross-examine. If my learned friend's farcical theory has any truth to it, then both a burning book and a jackknife must have flown through the sky before this couple's eyes. And we must assume they would be able to testify accordingly. What say you, witnesses?
Yes, sir! Constable Rody Bink reporting for duty, sir!
Oh. Is that a puppet? No, that's an adult. That's a whole-grown adult man.
Well, good morning, officer.
Sorry for dozing until now, sir! I haven't slept for a month on account of the villain who's appeared on my beat, sir! Oh, they're so heroic, these London bobbies. Patricia, my darling, I've been neglecting you, but no more! Oh, Rolly, my hero, you make me swoon.
Very well. I hereby reject the defense's requests. Did we just stumble on an episode of Siblings Are Dating? That's crazy, Flora. That's crazy. Oh. And order the witnesses in the stand to testify again. State forthwith before the court any details pertaining to the defense's alternative explanation of events.
Yes, sir!
Shit, he's awake now. His blink is so slow. Constable Beats report.
This case has nothing to do with Mr. and Mrs. Garrett. Believe me, a London bobby is good for his word. You see, sir, the windows at the top of the Garrett house are top-hinged casements. Obviously, if anything had been thrown out the window, we would have seen it. I did leave the scene to go fetch help, but my trusty Rolly was there to make sure nothing was disturbed. I didn't take my eye off the crime scene for one moment, sir! Nothing strange to report on that front, sir!
Ben Zeke's brand of dry, sardonic British humor is absolutely hysterical to me. I don't know how other people don't find him funny as fuck. How is that wild? We play the game every time a Chan related to another Chan is No, that's true! That's true! That's true! And then usually we don't finish playing the game because we don't like the answers we get. Well, this is quite startling. Top-hinged casement windows.
That detail was not in the police report, Constable.
Yes, I'm sorry about that. I must have been a little drowsy.
Got her away for a bit. No, stop. No. No. We leave that in the past. We leave that in the past. We leave it in the past.
You cannot excuse your sins with drowsiness every time, Constable.
No, sir!
Sorry, but what exactly is a top-hinged casement window?
And you... You cannot excuse your ignorance with such trite remarks, my learned friend.
Of course. Sorry.
I found it, Mr. Naruhodo. Cast your mind back to the windows in Mr. and Mrs. Garredeb's room.
Alright, I'll try. Ow.
So the window opens in order to allow air to circulate inside the house. But as a top-hinged casement window, it swings open along the upper edge, you see.
I'm glad you've rectified your ignorance. A casement window's most prominent feature is its stay. A metal bar which prevents the window from being opened beyond a certain amount.
Yes, fuck these windows, actually, though. Fuck them. It prevents opening? This is all news to me. Anyway, so what happened is the book fell out the window, she bent down to pick up the book, and as she was bent down to pick up the book, the knife fell and hit her directly in the back. It wasn't embedded too deeply, which is probably why she didn't die. It literally just fell and hit her spine or some shit.
Absolutely correct, sir! In other words, Sir Murray, if a book or knife would have been thrown to the open window, it would have clattered against the pane and fallen straight down to the pavement below.
I ran the wind.
So why is the tip missing?
Sir Murray, sir!
No.
You see the problem, then. Good. Your education in windows is complete. There was never any possibility of either the book or the knife traveling 15 yards over the road. That is, unless the window pane had been shattered. Something we've discounted already.
That can't be! Did you see that, Rolly? That young Japanese man just collapsed in agony!
Oh, yes, my darling, I saw it. I saw how he crumbled before me. What is happening right now? Why are they doing this?
Oh, Rolly, you're so strong!
How is this happening? I haven't even started the cross-examination yet, and already my argument's been destroyed. Counsel, if you could drag yourself upright again. The court awaits your cross-examination. My lord. Oh, good. Another desperate situation. All right. Up-hinged casements.
Hold it! Hold it!
Yes, you said you went to a nearby police box to fetch another officer. Is that right?
That's right, yes. If it had been on Rolly's beat, I would have known exactly where I was going, of course.
Don't feel bad, my love. You can't be expected to know the location of every police box on every beat.
So Rolly told me the way, only I sort of got a little lost on the way.
Patricia, my darling, that's why I love you. Your terrible sense of direction is bewitching to me.
Oh, Pat.
Oh, Rolly.
I think it's the other way around. Oh, please.
So, I suppose I was gone for about 15 minutes. But like I said, my Rolly was at the scene the whole time, making sure nothing was disturbed.
I was off duty at the time, of course, but a true Bobby is never really off duty, sir!
Hold it!
Did you really? Not even for a moment? Nothing to report. Sorry.
That's correct, sir. I had my eyes wide open the entire time. Never looked away for a second. No one else approached the scene and nothing was removed from it. I can swear that on the yard's honor, sir!
Really? That seems a little strange.
I beg your pardon, sir. Strange, sir. Seems altogether regular to me.
The burnt copy of The Lion's Pride was originally in the Garrett household. So the question remains, how did it find its way into the hands of the victim? Can you shed any light on that, seeing as you were at the scene of the crime the entire time? Oh. We're losing him!
Aha! Could it be a different copy, sir? One that just happened to be burnt as well?
Even if that were possible, why would the victim have been gripping a book like that in her hand? As we can see from the photographic print, she had a bag over her shoulder. I love Ria's alternate poses of the paper where he's tapping them confidently. Good for you, sweetie.
Well, sir, that book was in a lady's hands from the moment we arrived at the scene.
Is that so? There's something about that statement that's not sitting right with me. Two mysteries of how that knife ended up in her back, how that book ended up in her hand. There must be some common thread between them.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Naruhodo. I have no right to speak out, or I had no right to speak out.
What do you mean?
I requested the cross-examination of Mrs. Garrett without consulting you. Even if the judge did deny me.
Susato, you're the only reason we still have a chance. Oh, I see. Well, I agree with you. We do need a testimony from Mrs. Garrett if we're ever going to get the truth from this matter.
Do you really think so?
Well, think about it. No matter how far it is across the road or how that window opens, Mr. Gyarados' book found its way to the scene of the crime somehow, didn't it?
You're right.
And then there was Mrs. Gyarados' reaction to me showing her the knife. The woman's hiding something. I'm sure of it. Would you really lose anything if you replaced Ryu with Susie? It looks like you'd lose some Yaoi. Yeah. You would lose a little bit of Yaoi. I mean, crunching the numbers though, we still got plenty of that even without him. I'm sure he's useful for something.
You're right again.
We need to use this cross-examination to uncover more clues. We'll get to the bottom of this one way or another, I swear. So basically we need gender-bent Susie. We need Susie in a suit, is what we need. We need to let her wear a suit and make objections. Ryu thinks outside the box and isn't afraid to break rules since he doesn't know they exist. That's what I was gonna say. It's not so much that he thinks outside the box, it's just that he's never really been inside the box to have that as a frame of reference.
Hold it!
He's not inside the box, just inside the closet. Let's see. But according to my notes here, the sun had gone down already and it was dark.
Oh, but Broly and I were strolling along, gazing at the night sky and looking for our lucky star.
Sorry?
A star that will guide us to eternal happiness.
Can it guide you to answer the question?
If a flaming book had cut across the sky in front of us, it would have lit up like a shooting star.
And if I'd seen a shooting star, I would have made a wish upon it. That Broly beat Inspector, I would have said, 3 times at least.
But the smoke and everything, we couldn't actually see any stars.
In short, are you trying to say that neither a book nor a knife crossed the sky before you?
Yes, sir! That is correct, sir! As sure as the night sky in London is starless, sir!
Did I admit? He said in short. Oh, I see. It certainly seems they're telling the truth.
And then we saw the poor woman fall to the ground, so we ran straight over to help her.
Payment of Briar Road, east side. How can you say that for certain?
Very good question, sir. And the answer is this. It has the noble founding principles of the Force written on it as a reminder to all us policemen of our sworn duty.
He showed us that before, didn't he?
Did he? Can't say I remember.
To patrol the streets of London town and uphold the peace of the common man. It's what the job's all about. And that is why I can't stand here today beside my long-suffering wife and tell you what Bobby's good for his word.
I can stand here.
Well, rubbing my tired eyes admittedly. Sir!
Oh, Broly, you're so manly.
Of course I am, my darling Patricia.
No, none of this is what I meant. I meant, how can you say for certain that this case has nothing to do with Mr. and Mrs. Garrison?
Oh, I see, sir. I should have said so earlier, sir.
Yes, well, so could you answer the question? Was it a waste of time then?
Absolutely, sir! I will answer it to the fullest of my abilities, sir! There's a surprising reason why Mr. and Mr. Garrett's domestic dispute can't be related to this case. But before I get to that, sir, just one more thing.
Yes?
I'd very much like you and all your countrymen to understand the great British institution of Scotland Yard. So I hope you'll take back some tales of us London bobbies and how we uphold our garden principles.
I wasn't planning on going back just yet. I've only just arrived here. Ryunosuke got his I respect women moment this trial, right? Where he's like, do not talk smack about my judicial assistant. She's the only reason I haven't lost 15 times over now. It was this one, yeah. Sasato spoke up, and Van Zeke was like, who the fuck are you? No one asked you. And Ryunosuke was like, actually, she's my judicial assistant. You shut the fuck up. I brought her here because she's important and she knows things, and she's smarter than me.
So to that end, sir, I'd be happy to lend you my warrant card for your perusal. Oh, I must warn you, you won't be able to get through it without shedding a few tears.
Thank you. I'll try. Okay, yeah. Let's stick with that. Police will strive to preserve the peace within a lot of beat. Patrolling officers expect to walk 20 miles around his beat every day for the furtherance of community relations. Any crimes fall under the jurisdiction of the beat in which they're discovered. When a crime is discovered in this beat, a policeman must assist with initial investigation and help detectives. Behold, a Fia? A Fia? What? Thank you, Merrick. It looks like she's taking her high school picture. She looks like she's getting her picture taken for the yearbook. She looks like cooler Daniel. So she's so prim and proper and polite. Thank you, Merrick. A good Susie. Must assist with initial help detectives. I don't know, we'll press here and see what we can find. By which you mean they don't open fully. Is that correct?
Yes, sir! They're just there to allow a bit of air to
I'm fine.
They're just there to allow a bit of air to flow through the house, you see? They're just restricted as to how much I can open.
And therefore, anything thrown out the window from inside the room would simply strike the pane and fall to the street directly below. For clarity, allow me to mark the map. Here is the location where objects would have fallen.
Yes. Directly opposite the scene of the crime, on the other side of the rather wide road. Would it have been so hard for somebody to mention this top-hinged casement thing before? Well, I have another question for you, Constable.
And what would that be, sir?
How do you even know? Constable, if you could, Who asked? Why would you have any idea what sort of windows Mr. and Mrs. Garrett's house is furnished with?
Ah, well, sir, that's very simple. You see, I helped with the investigation yesterday.
Excuse me?
Excuse me.
Excuse me! Do you have something to add, Mrs. Beat?
Sorry?
You look, well, delighted. Is there some particular reason for that?
Oh, I was just remembering, that's all. We really were so lucky.
Lucky? What do you mean?
Well, of course I feel terrible for the poor woman who was attacked. Don't misunderstand me, please. But we were just so lucky it didn't happen on Rolly's beat. It was so close, you see.
Oh, I hadn't realized.
Oh, yes, that street Briar Road. That's the boundary between Rolly's beat and the next one.
Oh, I see. I see. I see.
Isn't that right, my love?
They fucking moved the body so they wouldn't have to deal with it. Oh my god. Constable Beat! Oh, he's dead.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Oh fuck, I just realized the voice that I'm doing for this guy.
Oh, bother.
It's fucking Winnie the Pooh.
That's the reason I was helping out with the interview with the occupants of the Carradine household yesterday. Their house is on my beat, you see, sir.
Fuck, it's been Winnie the Pooh the whole time. God damn it. It's just tweak the energy just a little bit. That really was cutting it close then.
Constable, I wonder if you would clarify something. If the Garrett's household is on your beat, does that mean that the pavement next to it is as well?
Outside Mr. Garrett's house? Yes, ma'am. The pavement on that side of the road is part of my beat.
Oh, fuck. I didn't know I could do that voice so well. Hold on a minute. I see. I was unaware of that.
Just think, if the woman had been attacked just on the other side of Briar Road, we would never have been able to go for that meal to celebrate our wedding anniversary. But that's the life of a Bobby, after all.
Extraordinary people, our Bobbies. Tirelessly working for the benefit of all Londoners.
You know what I think? I think it was the good Lord's way of rewarding my Rolly for all his hard work. Don't you think so, my darling?
Oh, she moved the body. He didn't know. She moved the body because she wanted to celebrate their anniversary. I see. Good, that means if Jelly's right, we'll get to hear Jelly's psycho voice.
You mean talk like this? Whenever it turns out someone's the culprit, just change into my evil voice?
That must be it, Pat, my love. That must be it.
Perhaps we should make sure we have that information officially on record.
Evil and sexy, yes, sir. Well, my London Bobby's always got to be prepared, sir.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. No, thank you. Nope. Nope. Cross that one off the case file.
And now it's my turn, I think. Can I ask you something? Please, Mr. Lawyer, sir?
Oh, yes, of course. What is it?
You're doubting us, aren't you? I can tell.
What? I wasn't really. I mean, what's she doing?
Please? Just because I'm a woman, it doesn't make my testimony any less valuable. You might just see me as the wife of a policeman, but I'm a woman of my word, I am.
I really don't remember ever suggesting that I doubted you.
No excuses. I don't want to hear it. My voice will be heard. My lord, you'll let me speak, won't you?
Yes, Mrs. Beat. I will allow you to supplement your testimony. To supplement your testimony if you so desire. Sometimes the path of least resistance is the sage one. Why is this the fucking women be shopping chapter? What the fuck is going on right now? What's happening? That was a very loud mutter.
I heard that. Japanese man thinks a policeman's wife's word counts for nothing, does he? Well, watch out, sir. I might let you get away with something like that, but my Rolly won't.
Duly noted, Mrs. Beat. Please, I humbly ask you to continue.
What could she possibly be about to say, I wonder? Kana? I know what I saw. My eyes never let me down. My sense of direction is a little off sometimes, though.
Well, let's look at the updated case file. Isn't this what got updated? Oh, we can click and drag? Well, yeah, I guess it was on the 3DS, huh? Yes. Yes, I see. Did this get updated? Pavement of Briar Road, east side.
Hold it! Hold it!
Mrs. Beat, nobody is questioning what you've told us.
I saw it, I did. That evening, I saw it clearly. That little Eastern man with the whiskers and the funny curved back slinking away from the scene.
Why is everyone like this?
And I know what I didn't see as well. I didn't see any flaming books or knives flying through the sky.
All very clear. You also mentioned something about having a poor sense of direction?
Oh, yes, well, that's a little embarrassing, really. I'm always ending up in the wrong place when I've made arrangements to meet Rolly. He gets ever so cross.
What? Excuse me! I fucking love this excuse me. Constable Beat, is there a problem?
No, sir. No problem, sir. Oh, bother. No problem at all, sir.
Did your wife's remark just now bring something to mind, perhaps?
Oh, well, in a way, sir. Yes, sir. I was just remembering that the same thing happened that evening is all.
Well, you mean Mrs. Beat lost her way on the night of the incident?
Well, you see, I sent her to find a police box in the next beat over from mine. She was gone a fair bit longer than I was expecting. I thought she'd be back inside 10 minutes, but my darling was gone for a good 15.
Oh, Rolly, you're such a tease. But the reason I was so long was because of the bouquet, silly.
The bouquet?
Bring back the sub. I will. I don't like Winnie the Pooh doesn't suit his energy. Sorry, what bouquet are you talking about?
Oh, it was a present for our wedding anniversary. Rolly's so romantic. He saved up for it with a farthing and pennies.
The pennies? And that can't be real currency.
He found it in the gutter while doing his rounds.
Yes, how romantic.
I'd forgotten all about it until just now. Had you, my darling?
Oh, yes. But that was just between us. No talking about it to anyone else, darling. You have to promise.
Really? Oh.
What was that all about? A farthing is 1/48 of a shilling. I hope this helps. Thank you. I'll note that one down. Thank you. Constable Beat looked very obviously troubled during that exchange.
I'm afraid I can't offer any useful insight, Mr. Naruhodo. But I'm quite sure of one thing. You have to ask Mrs. Beat about the bouquet.
Mrs. Beat, this bouquet you just mentioned, I'd like you to add details about it to your testimony, please.
Oh, really? Yes, I'd love to.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's so fucking mad. He's so mad.
What happened was, I dropped my bouquet and ended up losing my way for a while.
Hold it! You mean you dropped the bouquet at the scene of the crime?
Yes, that's right. Oh, I was so upset. We ran over and saw it was a woman with a knife in her bag. I was so shocked I dropped the bouquet Rolly gave me. It was a dark spot where the streetlights weren't casting any light, so I didn't notice at first.
And then you went to the police box to report it to the policeman whose beat it was on.
Yes, and I came back to the scene together with the other constable, you see. That's when I spotted my bouquet again. But the funny thing is, when I went to pick it up, it was nowhere near the victim's body at all.
In case you need reminding, Mrs. Beat, the victim is not deceased.
I was all flustered for a moment before I heard a voice calling me from the other side of the road.
Oh, so Rolly moved the body. Okay, I see. Your husband, presumably.
That's right. Silly me. I got over to the wrong side of the street. Although, I'm going to blame the bouquet this time. I can't think of how it got there. I really can't.
So the bouquet somehow moved from one side of Briar Road to the opposite. Curious indeed, Uryu.
Isn't it? But the worst of it is, I forgot to pick the bouquet up again when we left the scene. Beautiful rose Rolly bought me. That change from the gutter he'd spent so long collecting.
Oh no. By bouquet, do you perhaps mean this sorry solitary rose?
Oh! Oh, yes, that's it! That's the bouquet Rolly bought me for our anniversary, with all bits of change he found in the gutter.
Hi, Kofi. She specifies that every time. Maybe just call it a rose. Tell us, Lord Venzeeks, where did you come by this flower?
According to the report by the police officer in charge of the crime scene investigation, it was found on the edge of the pavement in front of the Garrett household.
In front of the Garrett's house?
Although it wasn't noticed until the morning, as it lay where the street lamps cast no light. It was believed to be of no relevance to the case, since it was found on the opposite side of the thoroughfare.
Oh, thank you, sir, thank you. Could I please have it back now, please?
Said please twice. No, I think for good measure, this rose should be added to the court record as evidence.
Oh.
The anniversary bouquet has been entered into the court record. She is very polite.
But it's a symbol of our love.
An
English rose. Such a beautiful flower.
Ah, this is a rose, is it? I've never seen one before.
You not take an interest in flowers, Mr. Naruhodo?
I wouldn't say that exactly, but I do know 3 types at least.
Gosh, 3?
Yes, plum blossoms, peach blossoms, and cherry blossoms.
Perhaps you should consider branching out? Learning some that aren't fruit tree based, for example?
They definitely reused this model? What do you mean they reused this model? Have we seen... Oh my god, is this the fucking paper that, that they have for fucking, for Gregson's chips? It's very stylish paper the flower's wrapped in, isn't it?
It's just an old newspaper, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh, I suppose it's because I'm not used to seeing English print. Looks so exotic to me.
Ah, I see.
Is something wrong?
Oh, no. I was just thinking that if you wrapped a stone-baked sweet potato in English newspaper, it might look like some sort of fancy cake.
Ah, Susato-san, you do love your cakes. Thank you for that.
want it back after the trial. Do you hear me? I want it back!
Good grief. Rest assured that I shall do my very best not to forget, Mrs. Beat. Okay, well, if you didn't take your eyes off the scene for 1 second, how the fuck did the bouquet end up on the other side of the road, right?
Objection!
Objection! Writing tip. Every few scenes, make sure the characters announce each other's personality traits. What is this, Persona? I don't know why he's saying that, like he also doesn't also love cake. Homeboy puts stacks of sugar cubes on his tea and also mentions wanting to go to the confectionery multiple times, but okay. Errol, it's the Women Be Shopping chapter. We have to get some licks in with Naruhodo as well, for some fucking reason. You claim, Constable Beat, that there was nothing to report in the 15 or so minutes you were guarding the scene. But that cannot be. Oh, is he gonna fucking drop kayfabe and just like take his fucking hat off and be awake the whole time or some shit? And he's just faking being drowsy or something? Oh, he did it. He did it. Oh, I didn't consider that he might have done it. Well, no, hold on, no. Because the knife fell on him. I don't know. We'll see.
But what do you mean to say?
In your testimony just now, Mrs. Beat, you explained to the court that when you arrived back at the scene of the crime with the policeman assigned to the beat, the bouquet you had dropped at the victim's side was no longer anywhere nearby.
Objection!
Oh.
Yes, on the opposite side of Briar Road where the victim was attacked. But considering the size of the meager bouquet, a single sorry bloom can be so described. No doubt it was blown in the wind across the street, back into the gutter where it belongs.
Alright, goddamn.
Meager? Objection!
That bouquet is not meager! But if that were the case, why did Constable Beat not testify to the fact? Oh.
No one else approached the scene, and nothing was removed from it. Constable Beat swore to that on Scotland Yard's honor. But the bouquet belonged to me! It has nothing to do with the case! That's why Rolly didn't mention it, I'm sure!
No, because sadly, it's not only your bouquet we're talking about here. More than one thing in this case is mysteriously the wrong way around.
What are you talking about?
Think about it. Besides Mrs. Beat's bouquet, there's Mr. Garrodub's book. Mr. Garrodub's copy of The Lion's Pride, which was thrown out the window by his wife, would have struck the pane of the casement window and landed here, on the west side of the street. And yet, it was actually found here, on the opposite side of the road, in the victim's hand. Meanwhile, according to the testimony we've heard, Mrs. Beat's bouquet should have been dropped here at the scene of the crime on the east side of the street. But in fact, it was actually found here on the opposite side of the road in front of Mr. and Mrs. Garrodub's house. There's no logical explanation for those things, unless somebody deliberately moved them.
What are you trying to say? The way you're talking, it sounds like you think my Rolly's done something wrong.
Don't you listen to a word that scrawny lawyer says! Withering on about books and bouquets. Why should we care? It's nitpicking, that's what it is.
Oh, good. Mrs. Garrodub's come around. You might call it nitpicking, Mrs. Garrodub. But deliberately meddling with the scene of crime is a criminal offense. It's called,
Tampering, Mr. Naruhodo.
yeah, thank you, Susato. Thank you for carrying every single fucking conversation, apparently. The person responsible for this tampering cannot admit to it. For a very subtle but compelling reason.
Objection! Tampering. You've barely heard the term before. Tell us, my learned friend, who would possibly have had cause to carry out such an elaborate deception?
There is someone who tampered with the scene of the crime that evening. All the evidence and all the testimony points to that one particular person. I need to modify this so that I do a little finger wag more often. I feel like I think I feel about Ryu the way that Joe feels about John Pragmata. How is that exactly? I've been playing Pragmata myself, so I've been watching the streams.
Counsel, I must demand that you substantiate this conjecture. Who are you saying is responsible for tampering with the scene of the crime?
It was the second. Anyway.
Take that!
Take that! Obviously, there's only one person it could have been. Constable Rolly Beat! It was you! Joe fucking hates Hugh because he thinks he's so goddamn stupid. I see.
What? A policeman?
A member of Scotland Yard! Thank you, Malins the Malicious. Have you read any Terry Pratchett? I don't think I have, no. Thank you very much for the 3 months, though. Thank you very much.
What nonsense! Why would my Rolly do something like that? There's no one straighter than my husband.
Alright. I think there may be some other problems left unaddressed, but continue.
No Bobby works more tirelessly for the people of London.
So fart hat. Mrs. Beat, you said in your testimony that your husband asked you to go to a nearby police box to fetch the officer on duty. The 15 minutes that you were absent from the scene is the only opportunity anyone had to tamper with it.
You're making it up. It's all nonsense. It's all lies. What about the Japanese man with the whiskers? I bet it was him. He did it.
Objection!
Oh. The desk slam. That was true. Constable Beat would have seen him do it.
Oh. And forgive me for pointing it out, but when you dropped your bouquet, Mrs. Beat, it was after the defendant had fled the scene. Well...
Objection! First, you make accusations about the landlord and his wife, and now you incriminate a policeman as well. But your accusations lack one very important thing.
A motive.
You claim the crime scene was tampered with. But there is only one reason anyone would commit such a reckless crime. To hide something.
That's right. He's right. My husband and I just happened to be there, that's all. So why would we have anything to hide? It doesn't make any sense.
You've offered no motive for this alleged tampering. And until you do, your accusations are nothing but empty threats.
Well, Constable Beat had a very good reason for wanting to tamper with the scene of the crime. That's the key to this entire affair. Well, I wouldn't really call it an affair, considering the occasion, but...
Mr. Naruhodo, have you managed to solve this mystery?
Counsel, you have made a very serious accusation against a London police officer. If you are mistaken, I'm sure I need not point out that your reputation as a lawyer will be irrevocably damaged. With that stark warning in mind, you will now explain to the court the motive for this alleged tampering.
Yes, my lord. He did it for love! Constable Beat's motive for tampering with the crime scene was to hide where the victim fell. Do you think the beats are a single organism connected by the scarf? And as they move apart, it extends indefinitely? I think it's like a nerve ending shared between the two of them, and that's why he wakes up whenever she yanks on it. Where the victim fell to the ground. That's what this Bobby had to cover up at all costs.
What?
Where the victim fell? You mean where she was attacked? What are you talking about? We told you at the very start, didn't we? On the pavement of Briar Road. We saw it happen, remember? It was right here, as if anyone didn't already know.
Certainly what everybody has been led to believe. But in fact, that isn't where the victim was stabbed at all.
What? What?
Are you yanking my scarf? I'm beginning to wonder where this tumultuous trial will end, Counsel.
If that's your assertion, then the court is dying to know, my Nipponese friend. Where are you proposing that the crime actually took place that evening?
Oh, well, obviously.
Take that!
Over there.
But that's on the opposite side of the road.
I don't understand.
On the evening in question, Mr. Garrideb's book fell directly down from the open window above, and your bouquet, Mrs. B, never moved at all. What did move was the scene of the crime itself.
Good gracious! Objection! Perhaps you haven't been listening to the ample testimony the court has heard.
Thank you, Malus the Malicious, for 5 Tier 1 gift subs. Greatly appreciated. Thank you.
But these witnesses both saw the moment the attack took place.
That's right. I saw it with my own eyes.
It was 5 o'clock in the evening and already dark. There was a typical London fog on the ground. When you saw the incident unfold and ran to the victim's aid, that was actually on the west side of Briar Road.
No, that's not true. It can't have been.
Constable Beat then arranged for you to be absent for a while by sending you for help. And during the 15 minutes you were away, he transplanted the crime scene. He moved all the things shown in this print. Yourself, 4 books. He moved everything, in fact, to the pavement on the east side of Briar Road. Extraordinary. The constable overlooked one thing.
What? What did he overlook?
The bouquet, I presume.
Exactly.
Prosecution told the court just a few minutes ago about the discovery of the rose bouquet. Lord Van Zeek said it wasn't noticed until the morning, as it lay where the street lamps cast no light.
Yes, couldn't be seen in the dark, obviously. Which is why it was only the bouquet that was found in its original position, on the pavement on the west side of Briar Road. And that is the defense's theory about what really happened that evening. How do you respond, Constable Roly Beat?
Well, you've got it all figured out now, have you?
Yep, that's exactly what he's gonna fucking do.
Well, I'm afraid, very sorry. I didn't mean to nod off again, but I haven't slept properly in a month. Did I miss anything important?
Oh, Rolly. It isn't true, is it? What the lawyer said is all lies, isn't it? I know it is, because you're the most upstanding, righteous man I know.
I had a dream. Terrible dream. All the things I did that night. Everything came out. Everything exposed.
Oh,
Only it seems it wasn't a dream at all.
good golly! Order! 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 What on earth is the meaning of all of this?
Oh, Rolly, why? Why would you do something like this? Moving a corpse is a criminal offense, isn't it?
Wishing the victim dead should be one too. No, Rolly! You were meant to be the straightest Bobby in London! No! Constable, explain yourself. Why would you do this?
As a respected member of Scotland Yard, your duty is to protect the good people of London Town.
Oh, I can't say, sir.
What?
I really am ever so sorry about all this. Damaging the Yard's reputation. For everything.
What's your favorite book? I think I would probably say Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison. Well, that's my favorite novel. I think my favorite book is How to Read Literature Like an English Professor. Both of which I read in AP English, but both of which largely helped me understand and actualize an interest in reading texts in depth, and coming to realize that I love doing that, and I'm good at doing that as well. I love both of those dearly. They're very, 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 very good. So that's probably my answer. There might be another book I've read that I like more, but that's the one that's coming to mind first. I have a possible explanation. Nice. I will base my perception of you. I will base my perception of you based on that. Hopefully, it bodes well. Well, for why, on that particular evening, Constable Beat felt compelled to move the scene of the crime. I can think of one reason.
What? How could you possibly know? You, a foreigner, presuming to understand the mind of a Scotland Yard policeman. And yet, Lord Van Zeeks, it is this foreigner who has uncovered the startling truth of the matter thus far. Maybe he's one of the good ones. Or you. I believe it would be beneficial to the court to hear this extraordinary young lawyer's theory. Counsel for the defense, if you please.
Yes, my lord!
Now then, I think you had better show us some evidence.
How could you possibly know what runs through the mind of a straight man? At once, my lord.
England, Japan, makes no difference where you come from. Human emotions are the same. Women always be shopping, no matter where they're shopping at. I think I have a fairly good idea of the feelings behind this man's actions. What gives away the motive of Constable Beat's unthinkable actions?
It's the warrant card, of course.
Take that!
Take that!
I realize that I'm a foreigner in this land. I've only just arrived from Japan, which is why all this information about London's so-called bobbies is completely new to me.
Every once in a while, when I present something and the music stops, I do worry that I've presented the wrong thing, and they've just got, like, extremely elaborate, like, no, you fucked up, that was incorrect dialogue for that specific piece of evidence. Does anyone ever worry about that when they're playing these games? Like, that was it, but he's like, that's why I didn't know anything about the bobbies. It's like, you fucking idiot, that means nothing. Penalization.
I've learned that through honorable patrolling the beat, I've learned that though honorable patrolling the beat is the most demanding work of the world, for example. Keeping the peace, looking after the citizens on his beat in all kinds of ways. There's no doubt that the young Bobby is charged with a great deal to do each day, certainly.
But for Constable Beat, the day in question was special.
Special? How?
On account of this bouquet, my lord. Oh, could I have presented the bouquet as well?
Oh, yes. It was our very first wedding anniversary.
Constable Beat had worked so hard to be able to afford this simple gift for his wife, and was so looking forward to taking her out for a celebratory meal.
When he and Mrs. Beat stumbled upon a crime along Briar Road. When he saw that shadowy figure through the fog collapse on the pavement ahead of him, what must have gone through the man's mind?
But sir, just on that one particular day, I was looking forward to celebrating my wedding anniversary. Mrs. B puts up with a lot being married to a bobby like me. I wanted to show my dear wife how much I care.
This is the warrant card that Constable Beat offered to lend me earlier. Inside, among the rules for patrolling policemen, it says, when a crime is discovered on his beat, the policeman must assist with the initial investigations and help detectives. Ah, aha! Constable Beat. Is that, or is that not the reason why you moved the whole scene of the crime that day?
Yes. Everything you said. It's all right.
So that's it. It was all to do with the boundary of your beat.
Oh,
Exactly. To summarize, Sumari, the incident actually occurred on Constable Beat's beat. Good gracious! Constable, do you realize the gravity of what you have done?
it was the first time since I became a copper that I'd ever cursed God. Stay close to me, Pat. A criminal could still be lurking somewhere.
Are they getting a divorce now that he's not straight, or is she in that? Oh, Rolly, you're such a bad boy!
As we ran over to the scene, I had every intention of doing my duty as a police officer. I've got to report this to the station as quickly as possible. But then it dawned on me. I realised where we were, where the victim was lying, and what that meant for me. When a crime scene is discovered on his beat, a policeman must assist with initial investigations and help detectives. Why here? Why did this have to happen here?
The act of moving evidence off of one's beat to another is surprisingly commonplace. For more information, please search beating off. Jelly would be so good at recording little in-character like and subscribe segments for YouTube and Twitch. Would I? What? That's such a very specific poll. I wouldn't mind. Hey, work's work, man.
Why tonight of all nights? Why?
Acting as characters in the respective game. I see. My power of impression. Since you're doing the voices so well, I see. You'd be great at that. Incredibly specific, but equally incredibly true.
It's a copper's job to guard the scene of the crime, so I told Pat she'd have to go to the nearest police box and fetch whoever was on duty there. It was then, when I opened my mouth to speak, it just came out. I couldn't believe the words that were coming out of my own mouth. This is the next beat to mine, Pat. So you have to go to the police box that covers it. Turn right along Meerschaum Street and then...
Oh no. Thinking about how the Rolly voice kind of sounds like Harry Potter Puppet Pals. Oh no. I prefer my Winnie the Pooh comparison. Sorry for the sniff, I apologize. Drink water while everyone's doing their little reactions. Oh. Oh no.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
He's just a little guy. He's just a little guy.
Oh, Constable Song. I just wanted just that one night to take my butcher's out for dinner.
Oh, Rolly.
Just that one night.
You knew that if the incident was on your beat, your evening of celebration would be ruined. And so you decided to move the entire crime scene outside your jurisdiction. Just across the street to the east pavement of Briar Road, which falls under the neighboring beat's care.
You see, I thought... Well, I was sure the victim was dead, you see.
I beg your pardon.
Oh, of course he did. Otherwise, my Rolly would never have left the poor woman on the freezing cold pavement.
Ah, I
see your meaning now.
God got me back for my sins, didn't he? That's why I missed the rose I bought for Pat.
Oh no, Rolly, that was all my fault. I should never have dropped it in such a dark place. So sorry, Rolly.
If it was so dark, how the fuck did you see the crime scene? And can you tell us, Constable, are we not pegging Bardens on this channel? No, I haven't been watching any of, like, the past 2 weeks of Joe's streams, actually, because I didn't want to get spoiled. PNG tuber variations at work go unbelievably hard. Thank you! I'm quite proud of them, if you can't tell. I'm honestly a little surprised, whoa, that I'm able to switch between them so effortlessly. It's like second nature, you know? How many books did you move from one side of the road to the other in total?
Oh, 4 it was. Yes, sir. Definitely.
3 of them dropped by Mr. Natsume, and the 4th...
You were even doing it to talk to chat? Well, yeah. I mean, I gotta use them somehow. I should remember to use this whenever I'm reading a chat message, though. You were even using them to talk to chat? Well, yeah.
Being the one that fell from the window upstairs in the Garrett household, of course.
But what made you place that book in the victim's hand? When all the others were scattered haphazardly around, I mean.
Oh, well, sir, that's because that's how I found it.
How you found it? What do you mean?
When we first ran over to the scene, the victim was already holding the book. So, when I moved everything, I made sure it was still in her hand.
You're sure it was this book, The Lion's Pride, that the victim was holding?
Oh, yes, sir. No doubt about it, sir.
Interesting. Interesting.
But it was an open and shut case at the time, you see. There were only the 2 people at the scene, and Pat and me both saw it happen. However which way you looked at it, had to be the fellow who ran off who'd done it. I thought. I couldn't see the harm, really. I didn't think moving it all over the road would make a jot of difference. Oh, I suppose this is for me now. I've had it.
Now that he's lost in a way that can't be written off, does Zeke still get to be the Grim Reaper? Oh, the Reaper always gets his due no matter what. He doesn't need to win every case. That's not what makes him the Reaper.
My lord.
Yes, Lord Van Zeeks.
I believe that concludes the cross-examination of the witnesses. Constable, you may withdraw.
Yes, sir!
Mr. Prosecutor, sir? What will become of my Rolly? What will happen to him?
Is that the Grim Reaper? Sorry.
Unfortunately, he will be put down like the stubborn stray mutt he has shown himself to be.
The enemy!
For now, you are free to go home. The police will contact you in due course.
Please, don't punish my husband. This was all my fault. It's because I'm always moaning at him for coming home late.
Leave it now, Pat. Let's go home. I'm tired.
All right then, my love.
One last thing, Constable.
Sir?
Let this be a lesson to you. In a criminal investigation, every detail matters, however insignificant it may seem to you.
Yes, sir.
Carve that lesson in your mind. And never again make the mistake of tampering with the scene of a crime.
Never again, sir. You mean to say...
Leave now. This trial is not yet over.
Sir!
Well, quite a startling revelation, I must say. Whoever thought of a third party transplanting the entire scene of a crime like that?
Indeed, my lord. Nevertheless, there are some immutable facts here. Principally, that the accused, Mr. Soseki Natsume, is the only person who could possibly have committed this crime.
Objection! The Victorian heterosexual exemption clause in action, I see. Naturally. He's too straight to have killed a man. That would mean touching another man, which a straight man never would. No, I disagree. Now that we know the true scene of the incident, there is someone else. Another person who could be responsible for the knife in the victim's back.
Forgive me for being presumptuous, but I believe the prosecution is probably well aware of the possibility already.
Lord Van Zeeks, is it true? The victim was a woman, so he could have touched a woman? Shit! Jail.
Very well. Name the person if you will, and a further investigation is warranted. The prosecution has no objection to the trial continuing.
You will name this other person who could have perpetrated the crime. Looks weird without his hat. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like it. His head is perfectly fucking rectangular. Anyway, it's Joan Garrideb.
Take that!
Take that! The defense would once again like to request the cross-examination of a new witness, my lord. Once again? My assistant made the same request earlier. In order to finally reveal the truth about this case, it's imperative that we cross-examine juror number 4, Mrs. Joan Garrideb.
Me? Me? Oh, dearie me!
Objection! That request has already been denied.
Objection!
But the situation is very different now. Mrs. Garrideb, answer me this.
What do you want now, you little toad?
At the time of the incident, you were engaged in a violent argument with your husband, Mr. John Garrideb. In the course of the argument, a minor house fire was ignited. And to clear the smoke from the room, your husband opened a window that looks out over Briar Road.
Well, what of it?
You threw this book at your husband when he was cornered with his back against the window. Upon striking a pane in the open top-hinged casement window, the book plummeted directly down, finding its way to what we now know to be the true scene of the incident.
Yes, and as I said, what of it?
During the argument, you were beside yourself with rage. As such, you threw not just books, but anything you could lay your hands on. Oh, no. So, let me ask you one more time, Mrs. Garrideb. This knife, the one removed from the victim's back, have you really never laid eyes on it before?
Ah,
Oh, no.
I don't recall it.
Seriously? Like she's just gonna say yes?
Am I supposed to remember everything I picked up and threw at my husband? And anyway, the man over there in all that regalia said the members of the jury need to testify, did he? Didn't he?
Conveniently, yes.
Objection!
Oh!
No! I have no recollection of saying that at all. Juror number 4.
Oh,
Make no mistake. You jurors are not special in any way. You are not immune to the judicial process. If you know something about this knife, madam, let the truth come out.
but that's just a common old garden knife. It could have come from anywhere. We have several like that at home, if one went missing. How would you expect me to know?
What's that? You joking? What are you saying? Please, Mrs. Garrideb. Uh-oh.
Now you listen to me. I refuse to believe all this nonsense. I couldn't bear the thought of that injured someone. Do you hear? I couldn't bear it.
Oh, the poor woman.
So, yes, I want evidence. I want to see hard evidence if you're going to insist on this being my fault. You're going to have to prove to me that I threw that knife, if that's what you think. Come along now, chop chop. Do your worst.
Well,
Well, Mr. Naruhodo?
if I had evidence like that, believe me, I would have thrown it at her already.
Then take the stand, juror.
Oh,
The prosecution does not object to the defense's request to cross-examine this woman.
Thank you, Lord Van Zeeks.
I'm going to have to testify.
Juror number 4. As I'm sure you will appreciate, having observed it with your own eyes today. Witness testimony can lead to the most extraordinary truths being unearthed. Truths which the witnesses themselves may not even have been aware.
Oh, dearie me.
So I demand your full and unadulterated testimony, Mrs. Garrideb. And mark my words, in this court of law today, we shall extract the truth. So much for fucking witness confidentiality, by the way. We've just been name-dropping her this entire time. Do you concur, counsels?
Certainly, my lord.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was hoping for, my lord. I thought he was going to say yes, my lord. Mrs. Garrett was sprinting back to the jury stand and declared guilty between testifying.
But one moment before I take the stand. Not guilty.
This is such a strange feeling. First time since arriving in this country. It actually feels real. Here, the Old Bailey. And I'm a lawyer. I'm a lawyer. What were your closing thoughts on 1,000 Times Resist? I think I missed that shit. God, that was forever ago. If you want to go back, you can find the VOD on my channel if you want to see. I probably talked at length about that. But generally speaking, I thought that it was a very fascinating experience. I was very happy to have played it. And I really, really loved that it was a game within the medium that you could tell was designed by people who were more familiar and experienced with the medium of theater. It was really obvious in their framing and their cinematography and the way that they wrote their dialogue and the way that scenes were presented that theater was their primary domain. And they were translating it so immaculately to the medium of video games in a really fun way that I was enamored by it. I really loved that about the game. But yeah, if you want to hear my full thoughts, I definitely provided them at the end of probably the last VOD on the channel.
Witness, state your name and occupation.
Oh, yes. My name is Joan Garrideb. And I'm, well, I'm a juror and such like.
It sounds like even she doesn't know if she's a housewife or a maid or what anymore. The court has decided your testimony is required in order to clarify matters in this case. Do you understand, madam?
Yes, my lord.
You will tell the court everything that took place in your household on the evening in question. And I warn you, do not attempt to hide the truth.
Oh, dear me.
Chin up, Jody. Nothing to worry about now.
Oh shit!
Oh, I didn't know you were here, John.
When did you get here?
Wasn't only you in that room that day, old thing, was it? Rather, I think I ought to testify as well, don't you?
She's literally so fucking pretty. It's crazy. Why are they like this about her? She's gorgeous.
But what about your knee, dear?
Don't you worry about that. Hardly notice it. And I'm not the sort of chap to lead a comrade to face disciplinary action alone.
Oh, John.
I presume you are Mr. John Garrideb.
Yes, sir. Former second lieutenant of the 3rd Regiment of the 4th Northumberland Fusiliers, sir. Seen my fair share of action, now living a quiet life, as it were.
What?
A quiet life. Were you not engaged in an incendiary battle with your spouse on the day in question? Well, yes, quite.
I believe this may represent a first in the proud history of the British court. Calling a juror to the witness stand is unprecedented. However, the court will hear your testimony now, juror number 4, and that of your husband. You will recount clearly and concisely the events in your home at the time of the incident in question.
Sir, at once!
The Battle of Garrideb.
Yes, on the day you're referring to, the wife and I did have a bit of a skirmish, and can't recall the reason now. Knocked a candlestick over and set fire to the carpet. Soon had it out, though, and got the window open.
Meanwhile, I was picking up whatever I could find to throw at him.
Plenty of knives around our place. Can't say I'd notice if 1 or 2 went missing, I'm afraid. If that boy thing in the victim's back really was one of ours, you'll have a job proving it, I think.
Curious. It sounds as though it was quite the battlefield in your household that evening.
Although an entirely one-sided assault, it seems. The enemy caught us on the hop, sir. Had no choice to dig in and take defensive maneuvers. To be honest, if the enemy had kept shelling us for another minute, we'd have been toast. Of course, a veteran such as myself is only too aware that on every battlefield you're just a gnat's whisker from death at any moment.
Are we still talking about a marital quarrel here? Well, I must say I'm dubious that this testimony will shed any light on the origins of this jackknife.
In combat, one's focus narrows such that surroundings are barely noticed. These witnesses may not be able to offer anything more than they have already testified. This may be a dead end.
And Zeke's may well be right.
Well, whatever the chances, we only have this last cross-examination to uncover the truth, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes, I'm afraid so. Very well, counsel. Begin your cross-examination. And with that cross-examination, we're going to begin a break. Because we've been live for 2 hours and 17 minutes, to be precise. So, break time. Take 5-10 minutes. Get that scran bet rolling mods. Go stretch. Brush your teeth. Get a stack. All that jazz. I will be back in a few, and I'll leave the music running. Back in a few. All right, I'm back. Whew, sorry about that. I don't know why I'm apologizing. That was a normal break. Like, let me pull up Chandel and Scrandal. Resets in 18 minutes. Okay, we're gonna make sure we click that so we don't get a Friday scran. Righty. Pull it on up. Let's do this. So, naturally, we gotta start with the Saito Open. All right. Give me a Saito Open with nothing. Nothing? Okay. So earlier than 2025, less than 9, not Merrick. Not Persona 3. Okay. Maybe now we go for... Hold on. And French Fry definitely has more. How valuable is it to check for 3 or lower image count? Very valuable now that I'm thinking about it. So who should we go for next then, if that's the case? Please rate this backseating attempt to improve our customer service. 4. Sorry, wait, no. Let me tell you the actual thing I do when I'm dealing with customer service surveys. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Every chant appears at least 2 times due to the Jelly Clap. That's true. How valuable is it to check for the correct answer? Not very valuable. It only happens at the end of the game. Card-chan is 2024, right? She's counted as 2024, I think? Okay, she is. Haha! 1! Alright. So, less than 6. Not 2024. Not me. Trying to think who this would be by. Is this your mom? It's not your mom. Although it's more than 1. I knew it wasn't 2024. That was a mistake. Okay, not Sam. More than 1. It is not your mom, but it is more than 1. Earlier than 2024. I told you it's 2. Okay, let's go for one that's on the Chantober, November, December then. Who can we go for? Is it a Squeaky Chair Chan? No, because Squeaky Chair Chan is counted as 2025, I think, for some reason. So it can't be her. Cream Chan, perhaps. No, less than 5, but it is 2023. Not Starfield. All right. So between 1 and 5. So 2, 3, or 4. Who do we have yesterday that was 3? It is 2023, so that's Starfield. Alan Wake, is it Barrel Chan maybe? Ooh! No, but we're getting close. Blood in the Water. It has 2 fan arts. Okay, so this is very likely a Chan that I drew then and got drawn for the collab as well. 2023, drawn twice. Is it maybe Wrench Chan or Grenade Chan? We're getting closer. We're getting closer. Hold on. We're getting closer. We're nailing it. We're getting there. This is wrong, by the way. It should be Half-Life 1. But if it's from Half-Life 2, that helps us. Is this Airboat Chan? No! Shit! Okay, is this Combine, the Combine helicopter chin. Quadcopter or whatever the fuck. What's the helicopter called? What's the helicopter called? What is it? Is this Gravity Gun Chan? Yes! Yes! Yeah! Alright! There we fucking go. Knew it! Knew it! Awesome. Two very distinct designs on this one. This one's very cute. I like that it's got the... I'm pretty sure this version of the design has the mask to mimic what one of Charlie Chan's designs had. I like the big, like shoulder, like pauldron type deal things there. That's a lot of fun. Literal love handles. All right, that's today's channel. And now, for the main event. Can we choose it? Yes, we scran! Let's get to it. For those who scran after, pork gyros or pulled pork sandwich. No, we go for the pork gyros. With that VTuber, you look like a food judge. Yes. Yes, quite. I do say that it's more likely the left scran will take it in this case. Sausage chips and curry sauce on a hollowed cob, or... Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I see. Sausage in bun with onion, ketchup, and mustard. Pub, I want to agree with you on this one. And I think if I were choosing, I might go right on this one. But I know that Scran has a dog bias. Scran hates a hot dog or anything hot dog presenting. And they also fucking love whatever this is for some reason. Those are both dogs. This is less hot dog presenting. This is like a bread bowl, but you fill it with sausage and fries and curry sauce. This is a hot dog. Damn it! Oh my god. Oh, that's not good. Oh no. I'm sorry, did I accidentally get the Friday Scran and it's all dog versus Cobb? Oh no, please don't tell me it's Friday Scran, it's all dog v Cobb. The long dog, for sure. The long dog takes it. It has aura. Okay, alright, we're fine. We're fine. I fucking hate this pigskin, dude. I will never vote for it. Thank God. I would annihilate that pizza slice. 3-course meal, a pie at Twix, and a WKD. Any flavor of WKD is permissible. Or... left. Left. This looks kind of awesome. The pickle sucks. I don't like that it's spindly, but this takes it for sure. Oh my god. 57? That's so low. Chip Buddy on a Saturday. Or the apple crumble. How is that so low? Breakfast. Or barbecue brisket. Fuck, dude. That's a proper English breakfast right there, and it's free presenting. Pop, I'm not gonna lie, this brisket looks like jerky. This looks like some dry ass brisket. Left. Beef brisket and pulled pork, retro day bargain brisket. Brisket takes it. You're a dry ass brisket? Well, I've never played her, so apologies if I'm not Evo ready. Right. The sharer box always wins. Damn! Oh, we could have had a perfect scran. We could have had a perfect scran. Damn it! Oh, man. Damn. Hey, listen. I'll take a 9. I'll take a 9, but I could have had a perfect Scran if I just trusted the Polish dog. I'm surprised that rate's that high. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm genuinely shocked that this rates at a 55. It was close. Being English, I'd still rather eat left. It's got the chips in it. It's got the chips in the curry. I wasn't here to bet 8 out of 10. You would have lost money, Skitter. Congratulations to the believers. Chicago won for the first time in Scran history. Was this Chicago? This pizza? Which one was Chicago? Yes? Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is a good amount of cheese for a slice of pie, right here. This is a Pizza Hut amount of cheese. As it should be. As the good Lord would demand. Anyway, back to the game, video. A pretty good Scran, all things considered. I'm happy with that one. More than happy with that one, I gotta say. Alright. Soon had it out, though. Got the window open. Just picking up whatever I could find to throw at him. Press him on that one. Sorry? Would you care to elaborate?
Nothing to say, really. Rather partial to a spot of carving, you see. Pipes and whatnot, fishing tackle, you know the sort of thing.
It's a passion we both share. I like to carve little wooden trinkets too, and then there's my leatherwork.
Thank you, Timbo DX, for the Prime sub. Good Scran. A good Scran indeed. Thank you very much.
Sorry to say, we're always losing knives about the place, and we have dozens of the things.
They sell them at the market sometimes. 20 for the price of 19. And needless to say, I snap them up. John prefers to use 2 knives at meal times too, instead of a knife and fork.
Now, John, we don't want people thinking I'm some kind of savage.
Here we go again with the scaldings. Why are they being so evasive?
I imagine it's because they don't want to believe it. They can't bear the thought that it might have been one of their knives that injured the victim.
Which is entirely understandable, of course, but still.
Go on with your testimony, witnesses. Sir!
That's the extent of their testimony, is it?
What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo?
Well, I think I've heard all this before, to be honest. Can't say I'm particularly confident that we'll be able to prove anything new from this testimony.
But in this cross-examination, it's absolutely essential. We establish how this knife came to be at the scene of the incident.
Yes, I know.
I'm sure both of them must be feeling very worried. Worried that it was in fact a knife belonging to one of them that caused the victim's injury.
If you find even a tiny shred of evidence to support that theory, clinch this trial for us. Explain everything.
Yes, it would.
So for Saseki-san's sake, Saseki-san Saki, we must find the last crucial piece of evidence. The fact that the police officer tampered with a crime scene and lied under oath should be an automatic mistrial with prejudice. Pub, we already had our one mistrial. It's the greatest court system in the world, Pub.
Hold it!
There was a mistrial? What, didn't the last case end in a mistrial? Even though the room was on fire?
As far as I was concerned at the time, it was more important to extinguish my anger than the flames. When a woman wants to throw, she must throw.
It was an acquittal, I fear. I see.
That is most certainly not true of the Sasada takedown, Mr. Naruhodo.
How did she know I was thinking that? Because everyone's known what you're thinking the entire case, Ryunosuke. So, please cast your mind back and try to remember. Was a knife among the items that you threw at your husband that day?
In all honesty, I don't recall. But I feel I must point out that I'm no monster. Let me see. Some bread, cabbage, garlic, towel, sponge, napkin.
Oh,
Excuse me.
do you have something to add, sir? Mr. Garrideb.
Don't shoot! Sorry, I beg your pardon.
Did your wife's remark just now bring something to mind?
Nothing to any significance, no.
Don't shoot!
Just that that barrage of projectiles the old thing launched in my direction was somewhat more solid than she implies. Books, bricks, and the fire poker, I seem to recall.
She was a sunflower, he was the moon, so she is a moonflower? Is this anything? I don't think so. It sounds nice.
Ouch. And the woman's aim is uncanny. She landed a direct hit with every volley. Oh, good grief, woman! We're not at home! This is a court of law!
Oh, dearie me. Ever so sorry, dear.
I'm sorry, is this like their fucking bit? They do this consensually? What's she even doing with a teapot in here?
Honestly, I would never have thrown such things at you, obviously.
Isn't she the sun and he's the moon? Yeah, she's the sun and he's the moon, yes.
Well, take a look at this, then. How do you suppose that happened,
Your pipe, sir?
Had this thing in my hand as usual at the time of the onslaught, and knocked it clean out with one of her soft projectiles, she did, yes. And when I went to pick the thing up, it was broken in two. I'd like to see a sponge do that sort of damage.
I see. Your pipe was broken.
It would never have been sent flying unless it was hit by something pretty solid. Anyway, I've managed to bandage the thing up for now.
No one to exaggerate, aren't you, dear?
I do think it's really cute how her eyes sparkle when she looks over at him, and the cloudiness over his eyes goes away when he looks at her. His eyes become clear again. It's very sweet. They're extremely cute. They're really cute. It makes me sad that they're like this. It could be significant. The defense believes Mr. Garrett's remarks just now to be of great significance.
Objection!
Oh,
This war veteran's words only tell us one thing. Betray a fiery wife, and pipes, as well as hearts, may be broken. Sentimental wisdom, perhaps, but hardly worthy of adding to the formal testimony.
indeed. Common sense, one might say. Might one?
In that case, would you at least permit us to examine the pipe, sir?
Well, I don't see why not.
Is it gonna have the knife in it?
Oh, dearie me. There you go again, trying to ingratiate yourself with a young lady.
Very well. The court will accept the gentleman's pipe as evidence. Okay, well. Let's find the tip of the knife implanted in it. Yeah. You gotta be fucking kidding me, dude. You gotta be fucking kidding me. For fuck's sake.
Oh, something just twinkled inside the chamber of the pipe here.
Yes, I
saw it. Something stuck in there, I think.
You found it so fast, I wasn't expecting that. Well, it was either embedded in the side or inside of the pipe, so... Let's turn it over and give it a shake.
What's this? It's a tiny fragment of metal.
It looks like the tip of the blade or something. The tip of a blade? Surely it couldn't be. Fragment of metal was entered the court record. Well, alright, let's just
Carry on our merry way, I suppose.
So incredibly aligned with how this game wants you to think, it's kind of incredible. I am a great ace attorney, after all. I like the color of that pipe. It's a nice blue, yes.
I hope I didn't speak out of turn, Mr. Naruhodo. I was just feeling rather disappointed for you that your request was turned down.
Oh, no, it's fine. You're carrying the case, after all. Thanks to Sasato-san, you have some new evidence to work with. You should examine it carefully. Well, thank you for that rebuttal, Mr. Garrett. Now, if we could return to the crux of the matter. What can you tell the court about the knife used to attack the victim? Oh, wait, no. My bad. Hold on. One moment, please. Let me just, This might be a little preemptive, but, Objection! Fucking gotcha! Mr. Garrett, could I ask you to take a look at this, please? You can ask, but I can't see a bloody thing. You can't? Used to call me Dead-Eyed Deb back in the regiment, of course, but that was some time ago now. Even when I'm trying to enjoy a large print book by the fire these days, I struggle to tell a B from a D and a P from a Q, to be quite honest.
Oh, it does. Dear me, it's rather wearing, being asked about every other letter and every other word.
You must be very dizzy.
What is that? Tiny scrap of metal.
Yes, almost certainly from the tip of the blade. And what may appear at first to be just a tiny scrap is in fact a crucial piece of evidence.
Interesting. And where did the defense come by this evidence?
It was lodged in the chamber of Mr. Garrett's pipe.
My pipe, you say? By Jove, I wonder how that got in there.
And what precisely does this fragment of metal signify, Counsel? Are you suggesting that it is in some way related to the matter of the stabbing on Briar Road? Oh shit. It's locked in. I am!
What?
When put together with another piece of evidence already in the court record, I believe this tiny fragment of metal will unravel the whole truth of this case, my lord. Oh my god, I didn't notice his back was singed. That's fun. You appear rather confident in that extraordinary statement, Counsel. Very well then. Present the pertinent evidence to the court. What evidence, when paired with this fragment of metal, allegedly reveals the entire truth, or the truth of the entire case?
Take that!
Take that! This is the knife that was found on the victim's back. If you look closely, you will see that there's a small piece of the tip of the blade that is missing.
A common issue with inferior blades sold at unsavory street markets. Criminals who use them regularly leave the tips lodged in their victims' bones.
And what of this particular knife?
No doubt its tip has suffered a similar fate, now languishing somewhere near the spine of the victim.
Objection!
Objection! Well, no, that's not the case. Tip of this particular knife's blade is the very fragment of metal we discovered in the chamber of Mr. Garrett's pipe. Good grief, Lord Van Zeeks.
I don't believe it! A knife from the crime scene and this fragment of metal are a perfect match!
Good golly gosh! His beautiful damage animation.
Order! 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 Is this some sort of Eastern sorcery? This is no magic, my lord. This is a miracle. Ooh, ooh.
A miracle? What do you? So Van Zeeks figured it out, has he? Counsel, explain this extraordinary coincidence at once. Yes, my lord. The crucial point we have to ask ourselves here is when did the fragment of metal find its way inside Mr. Garrett's pipe? If Bobby Beat stood in the box too, would he be a beatbox? Or would it be a beatbox? Perhaps. His name was Rolly Beat, though, thank you very much. oohing over Van Zeke's hard-ass lines.
Ooh, ooh. Something that was clarified for us in the most recent witness testimony.
Sorry, I just can't hear Miracle without thinking. like, immediate, like, Umineko bullshit. Your Van Zeke's voice is peak. I'd gladly hear it for hours as he argues for my guilt. Thank you, Kofi. Piece of evidence seems to be a smoking barrel. Alright, +2 on that one, Cactus. Now that I think about it, his name really should have been Bobby Beat. It's a way better pun. He is the straightest Bobby in all the beat.
I had this thing in my hand as usual at the time of the onslaught. Got it clean out of one of her soft projectiles, she did, yes. Would never have been sent flying unless it was hit by something pretty solid.
They're so fucking cute, man.
Oh, dearie me.
During the argument between these two that occurred just as the victim was on the pavement below, Mrs. Garrideb flung this knife at her husband. However, the knife missed Mr. Garrideb, instead striking the pipe in his hand at the time.
Which caused the tip to break off. Of course.
Good lord! Yes, and that is when the tiny tip of the blade found its way inside Mr. Garrideb's pipe.
Chances of that are 1,000,000 to 1!
And yet there's no other credible explanation for how the tip of the blade ended up in your pipe. And then she just so happened to be passing underneath the window at the time. And she also just so happened to be bent over picking up the book that had fallen out of the window as well. What the fuck? We're fucking shiny hunting for court cases right now. Then, after losing its tip, the knife ricocheted off the pipe and flew out the open window. In short, Sumari, this knife, which fell from the window of the Garrideb's house, is the very same knife that struck the victim in the middle of the back on the street below. Oh gosh, oh dear, oh no!
Objection!
Oh, objection! Oh fuck. Oh,
Pray forgive the discourtesy.
he's gonna say it, he's gonna say it, watch, he's gonna say it.
A full-bodied theory, I give you that.
No forgiving the discourtesy? What?
A complex bouquet of seemingly trivial points, plausibly arranged to create an almost passable vintage. Allow me to toast my learned friend's characteristically Nipponese approach to bottling his argument.
Sorry?
But after all, it's just a theory. A game theory. Thank you for watching. The bottle, I fear, is corked. Because you see...
Oh fuck.
It's spoilt by an insurmountable inconsistency.
An insurmountable... What?! Lord Van Zeeks, explain yourself! What is this inconsistency you claim to have identified?
An inconsistency of the simplest nature, my lord. The victim was found with the knife planted in the middle of her back.
Yes, in her... Ha!
That's right, you silly little man.
Ouch, own old thing? What are you getting so excited about? Let us consider the basic facts of the case once more. The victim was walking along the pavement before being stabbed in the back and falling to the ground. If the knife that had struck her had fallen from above, there's no possible way it could have planted itself into the victim's back.
Ah! Don't worry, I've already gotten this one down. I've already figured it out. I know, I'm the knower. I know it.
Order! Order!
Quite right, you see, that's exactly right. If the knife had fallen on her from above, it would have struck her on the top of the head.
Oh my god. Well, lost for words, look. Never liked his theory in the first place.
I don't know, though.
really did happen. It would appear the defense has made rather a spectacular blunder. If a theory has even one inconsistency, it cannot stand. Your theory, my learned friend, is history. Oh, he's pissed. I actually have some amazing news for you. He does have a post like this. However, it was never used in the original game. What? Who has a post like what? Huh? Imagine if at some point Van Zieks gets so upset he puts both legs on the table, not only challenging the fence, but also the laws of nature themselves. I'll send it. Okay, holy shit, hold on. All right. I was so sure we were on the right track. All the ways have been blocked completely by just one simple inconsistency. Cesaro! Cesaro! Cesaro, help us! Help Cesaro! Cesaro, tell him that she could have been bent over! Tell it, Cesaro! Cesaro, tell us that he could have been bent over picking up the blitz! Cesaro, help! Help! Sorry. Oh!
Or in other words, we simply need to eliminate that one inconsistency and the theory will stand.
Thank you, Susato! Oh my god, he's fully languishing on the goddamn table. Look at this guy. Holy shit. He's just fully up there. Saucy indeed. He's so hot. Like one of my French chans, and French fry could never.
Miss Susato! You mustn't worry, Mr. Naruhodo. You were just caught off guard, that's all. And your mind went blank. Fucking lock in for once, please. I'm so tired of having to do this. But if the path you are on is indeed correct, then a way will present itself. Key to this is in the court record, I'm sure. All the information you need is there. You have all the pieces, Mr. Streamer. You can solve the case.
It seems you have nothing to say, my Nipponese friend. Well, your silence speaks volumes. A tacit acceptance that your theory is fatally flawed.
Objection!
Objection!
He's so gentle and polite with it. Oh? This inconsistency doesn't mean I was on the wrong track. It means that I need to sharpen my mind and dig deeper for the truth. It's a test. Yes! If the knife fell on the victim from above, there's no way that could have hit her in the middle of the back. Under normal circumstances, that is.
What are you implying?
Counsel, there is a piece of evidence in the court record that can explain this inconsistency. It can explain how the knife that fell from above could have pierced the victim's back. We already have the answer. We have all the pieces, Van Zieks.
Goodness!
Utter madness!
Surely this must be the last time. Counsel, present the evidence of which you speak. Why? It's a lion's pride, Your Honor. What are you? A final piece of the puzzle. If I can successfully make sense of this, the truth will be laid bare at last. The evidence that explains how the falling knife became lodged in the victim's back is...
Take that!
Take that! This, the fourth book found at the scene. This is the final piece of evidence the defense will present. The burnt book. Is that not Mr. Garadeb's book? Yes, and to understand its significance, we have to understand how it came to be at the scene in the first place. This photographic print clearly shows the book in question, and the victim holding it in her hand.
But as we all now know, it was the police constable that put the book between her fingers like that.
Only because that's how he found her! Quite so. As part of his wholesale transplanting of the crime scene, the opposite side of the road. That's true. However, As part of his testimony, Constable Beat made an extremely enlightening statement on that point. But what made you place that book in the victim's hand?
Oh, well, sir, that's because that's how I found it. When we first ran over to the scene, the victim was already holding the book. So, when I moved everything, I made sure it was still in her hand.
In other words, Sumari, the victim had already picked the book up of her own volition. And clearly, that must have been before she suffered the knife wound. Well, I should say so. After being attacked with a knife, I don't imagine she'd have been doing much of anything. So the question becomes, why did the victim have that book in her hand? By jingo! I think I'm beginning to see what may have happened now.
Oh, dearie me.
We know that the book fell from the top floor of the Garrett household onto the pavement below. At precisely the moment the victim was walking past.
Yes, at exactly that moment. That young woman was walking along the street in the light fog, when all of a sudden, the book fell right in front of her. I'm just realizing something now, which is that for Kazuma, I was channeling Matt Mercer, and my like core vocal memory of Matt Mercer when I'm thinking of a Matt Mercer voice is Crom from Fire Emblem Awakening. And as of last stream, I've locked in on what Ryunosuke is, which is male Robin from Fire Emblem Awakening. So I've fucking transplanted Yaoi from one anime to another. I took Bikini Bottom and I moved it over here. It's just the same fucking characters. It's the same shit. It's just over here now. It's time to tip the scales. Fucking come on, man. The Yaoi surgery was a success. Just as Rolly Beat transplanted the crime scene, so too have I transplanted Yaoi. God damn it.
Oh, the book I threw.
Yes, Mrs. Garrett. What do you think the woman did? What would you do if you were walking along and suddenly a book landed in front of you on the pavement?
Well, I really can't imagine it, but I suppose she might have reached down.
She's so cute, holy shit, oh my god.
And picked the book up.
Yes, that is exactly what the woman in fact did. She picked up the book. I would ignore it probably, you see weird shit in the city. Well, let's just say that if I were the victim in this case, I would probably end up in the exact same circumstances. Because I have in my possession a book that I found literally on the side of the road in a Taco Bell drive-thru. Hold on, let me find it. Hold on. One moment. Wait a minute. Hold on. There it is. It's what the fuck is it? Right, it doesn't have its cover, so I don't know, actually. It's also beat to shit. This is the back of the book. Hold on. I think it was it's Tom Clancy slop, by the way. It's Tom Clancy slop. I remember that. It's McGarvey by David Hagberg. John McGarvey, pushing 65, the age at which he and his wife, Lily, who was the same age, planned to retire, sat back at his desk, scanning for a third time the results he'd just received from the Cray supercomputer. That's the first sentence of the novel. That's the first sentence of the novel. John McGarvey, pushing 65, the age at which he and his wife, Lily, who was the same age... Sorry, let me read this in a different way. John Garvey, comma, pushing 65, comma, the age at which he and his wife, comma, Lily, comma, who was the same age, comma, planned to retire, comma, sat back at his desk, comma, scanning for the third time the results he just received from the Cray supercomputer. That's crazy. Anyway, it's Tom Clancy slop. I need to read it sometime. You are now obligated to read one page of this book each stream. Fuck it, let's do it right now. Not like we haven't hit peak narrative tension. It was late on Friday, and except for the few techs across the way in the cavernous building F, which was the workshop from the Los Alamos National Laboratory's High Energy and Applied Physics Department, he was alone. But it was midsummer and still light out. He was excited by the results that the Cray had been chewing on for nearly 3 weeks, and vindicated. The concept was viable. The damned thing would work. And it was due in large measure to Lily's progress with quantum information systems. They'd met in their senior year at Garden City High School in southwestern Kansas. She's a town girl and he's a rancher's son living 10 miles northeast. They'd fallen instantly in love, both of them dubbed the school's brainiacs. She went to Caltech, where she earned her PhD in mathematics, while he went to MIT, on the opposite coast, earning his PhD in advanced computer design and applied physics. They never took summers off, only snatching a week or so here and there to get together, and despite the strong advice of their major advisors, they got married in a brief ceremony in Garden City, followed by a 1-week honeymoon in Paris, after which they went back to school for 2 more years to study, and then 2 more years of postdoc work. Both of them were hired by Los Alamos during the same week in 1956 and had worked there continuously on a variety of projects for more than 30 years. 8 years ago, the facility was renamed the Los Alamos National, and that's where we'll stop for today, because that's our last page for the book. Welcome, Raiders! You've come at a good time. I was just reading a page of a book I found abandoned in a Taco Bell drive-thru last year. We're just about to finish up this case of Ace Attorney. I promise the book part is relevant. Hope you're enjoying The Great Ace Attorney. Will be fun to compare yours and Joe's thoughts. I've been having a lovely time of it so far. Doing voices is really fun. I'm having a good time. It's pretty great. Which I guess you're about to get thrown right into the mega geek. What is the book? The book is McGarvey by David Hagberg. It's Tom Clancy slop. Fun fact, my last dog I had, we found in a Taco Bell parking lot. Did you name him Chalupa? What was his name? Surely you gave him a Taco Bell themed name, right? Surely. What was the dog's name? Max? You gotta be fucking kidding me. Come on, man! I wanted to name him Ralph or Shadow. How do you miss an opportunity like that, man? That dog has got to be named after Taco Bell. You found him in a Taco Bell parking lot. He was a black lab. Shadow does love Latina. You know what? That's true. Close to Liv Moss. I see. Gotcha. All right. Well. All right. Awesome. Anyway, back to it.
Oh, heavens!
And when the woman reached down to pick the fallen book up, on second thought, I might have been optimistic with my estimations earlier. You're close to the end, but this has taken longer than I thought. We'll finish today for sure. And when the woman reached down to pick the fallen book up, what position would her back have been in? If I need to go long, I will. Absolutely. I got the time. I got nothing else to do today. That's right. Facing the sky, completely and utterly defenseless. Then, in the very next moment, while the woman was still bent over picking up the book, Fucking Family Fucking. This is what it's like when you play Pokemon without battle animations on. Alright. The next object fell from the room above, the jackknife, straight into the middle of her back. It's literally the dying in a glue trap pose. That's what it is! That's exactly what it is! With a fucking spotlight on her and everything! At that same time, walking by chance directly behind Mrs. Green, was the defendant, Mr. Soseki Natsume. Well, I never! It appeared to Mr. Natsume that the woman simply collapsed on the floor. Actually, have you seen my model yet, by the way? In the dark and the fog, he didn't see the knife falling on her from above. I don't know how much of these streams you've seen, but people really like the model. I'm happy with it. Ah! Oh no, that was Joan.
And from the other direction.
Gotta head out and have a blast wrapping up, Jelly. Thank you, Errol. Appreciate you. You have a good one. Hope you enjoy the VOD.
Constable and his wife saw no one but the victim and her apparent attacker.
So there never was a real culprit to run from the scene in the first place. No, this was nothing more than a series of unlikely events that culminated in an unfortunate accident. And that is the real truth behind this case. Well, Mr. and Mrs. Garadeb?
The very first time you showed me that knife, I had my suspicions. I wondered if perhaps it might have been something like that.
There there, old bean.
Poor Mrs. Garadeb. Poor Mrs. Garadeb.
She's literally so pretty. It's fucking crazy to me. She's so pretty.
Of course, I never meant anything of the sort to happen, but it was all my fault, wasn't it? I take full responsibility. I let my anger get the better of me. I threw that book. And I threw the knife as well. John, dear.
It's all right. I know.
Aw.
I'm ever so sorry. Truly. I'm sorry!
Is he gonna... Aww. Alright, fuck off. Come on. Just let him have a cute moment. Let him have a cute moment. Come on. Lord Van Zeeks, what news of Mrs. Garadeb?
She's been taken to the infirmary. It would appear that today's events have left her in an especially flustered state. However, I believe she will recover in due course. There is no cause for concern.
Yes, unbeknownst to themselves, they caused what could have easily been a terrible tragedy. They shall have to prepare themselves for the consequences of their actions.
There is some good news, however, my lord. I have just had word from the hospital where the victim is being treated. Her condition is improving steadily, and the doctor believes she will regain consciousness soon.
It's strange. We've been talking about the victim all this time, but we've never once met her. How wonderful! The woman is out of danger, it seems. Yes, that is good news. So, Mr. Soseki Natsume. Yes. On behalf of my fellow countrymen, I would like to take the opportunity to beg your pardon, sir. You came from your distant eastern homeland to study our great British culture, and have been repaid with immeasurable unkindness. Please accept our heartfelt apologies. No, it's me who should be begging your pardon. Oh, no, Mr. Natsume. That evening, when the young woman just collapsed in the pavement before my eyes, I jumped to the wrong conclusion again in my confusion. What conclusion, sir? I was sure that the woman was dead.
Yes, Constable Beat said the same thing, didn't he? He thought she'd been killed too.
I suppose she must have looked completely lifeless. It's been about a year since I arrived in Great Britain now, but I still can't get used to life here. Streams is so much more watchable when the streamer doesn't have a laughing fit every time someone says, I beg your pardon. It's weird. We're professionals here on the Jelly Channel, Merrick. We only laugh at me when I jokes. I still can't get used to life here. I can't relax. I'm sure there are evil spirits lurking in the fog, like they're haunting me. Poor Saseki-san. His imagination really has got the better of him.
Yes, poor man.
So, when it happened, I thought the young woman had been taken by the fog spirits. I should never have dropped my books like that and run away. I should have called for help! For a doctor! For the police! Instead, I've managed to create a rift in the relationship of trust between our two empires. And for that, I'm truly sorry. Oh my god, he's so short. Such a little guy. One could indeed say that some sort of mischievous spirit has been at work here, I think. One that created a chain of unfortunate mishaps. We were befooled by this spirit and led to false conclusions. But thanks to Lord Van Zeeks, our young lawyer here from the East, that chain has now been broken, and the lawyer from the East, and this spirit exorcised. Uryu, I heartily commend you both. Oh! Now then, ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Yes, my lord.
In concluding this trial, I must ask one last time for your decisions regarding the defendant's culpability. Are you ready to present your findings to the court?
As the foreman of this jury, I can assure you we've reached a fair and just conclusion.
I do declare that the truth can be extremely cruel at times.
Well, I didn't suspect the woman next to me, that's for sure.
Sitting in for the old bean while she's out of action, you know. But I know what her decision would be.
That can't be legal. That cannot be legal. That's crazy. That can't be legal.
Does it mean I'll finally be able to get out of here and start work? Well, it's about time. I say, I'll have a corker of a story to tell the grandchildren when I get home, won't I?
You think they call her Bean on purpose? Probably, yes. Very well. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I hereby demand your final decisions. Mr. Foreman.
Not guilty.
Oh, they're going to say Foreman.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Yay! Well, half of them were already there. Ooh, confetti court? Confetti court? Very well. Mr. Soseki Natsume, I hereby pronounce you not guilty. Woo! Confetti court! Yeah! Woo! Let's go, fucking confetti court, let's go! And finally, Mr. Natsume. Oh, yes, Lord, sir. You are now a free man once more. It is my hope that you will continue to further your education in British culture. And may you never again be brought before me. Oh, yes, sir, of course. On my life, I swear I'll never set foot in a courtroom again!
transported to tears! Thank you, councils. Court is adjourned.
Adjourned? On your life, you say? Oh no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
GG. Go read. Who do you?
We did it! Yay!
Oh, Locum!
Wait, you mean me?
Of course! Is there another Locum here?
Is there even one?
Compared to the original locum student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire, your name has become rather short, hasn't it?
What's wrong with using my actual name?
Oh, at last! I'm free! I'm free! Joyful, joyous, jubilant jubilation! Heady, hearty happiness, hurrah!
Oh, I'm pleased. Mr. Natsume is delighted.
Would it be so hard to just say that then?
Locum, you did it! You saved me from the brink!
Oh, hold on a minute. Wait. Back to normal. There we go. Well, what happened to the poor woman was in no way your fault, after all. I'm just glad everyone can see that now.
No, not that! Lovely, loyal Locum lawyer!
Yes?
I mean, as I said before, I just never got used to life here in Great Britain. Every time I look over my shoulder, I see foreigners. I see towering brick buildings. And from high up windows, I see them looking down on me, laughing. Look at that little hunchback.
Oh dear. I'm sure it's all in your head, Mr. Natsume.
But today, you, Locum lawyer, gave my gloom the boot. You stood firm behind that baronial bench before all those babbling British. You battled to the bitter end, laying bare the baffling truth. And when I beheld the blinding fireworks among the beams of the Bailey's roof, I bellowed, "Behold the best barrister ever born!"
Oh, that's very flattering. And we're very pleased for you. My man has the London Street PTSD. This has given me a wonderful anecdote to recount to my old friends back in Japan. An anecdote? Is that what's become of all my hard work?
There you are, my dear fellows.
I apologize for keeping you waiting. I rose late this morning. I knew it was him.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, what a pleasure to see you.
I see I am here not a moment too soon. A disaster has been averted, I'm glad to say.
Oh,
The trial should begin presently, Mr. Naruhodo, and I wish you the very best of luck. It's just finished.
What? No! Then my haste was in vain. Ah! It's you! Hairlock Sholmes!
Oh? Have we met, sir? He's the fucking master rage baiter over here. Fucking king of the rage bait. Lord of the manor.
this is Mr. Natsume, the man you had arrested, Mr. Sholmes.
Ah, I see. I failed to recognize you at first. One of our previous encounters had taken place in the gloom, either of your bleak lodgings or that prison cell. I simply couldn't place that curious face in the light. Charming.
This is all your fault, Hairlock Sholmes! You're the reason I had to go through this terrible ordeal! I'm going to give you a piece of my mind!
My apologies, sir, but I assure you I have placed you now. You're the fellow who abandoned the poor young lady and ran off, are you not? Ah. Had she been taken to the hospital more urgently, I feel perhaps she would have regained consciousness by now. Oh. But it was unavoidable, I'm sure. We are but human, after all. Anyone would have been shaken by such an experience. I do feel very badly about how I behaved. Well, never mind that. Now then, what was it you wanted to say to me, sir? Nothing. Priceless! Oh, I am sorry, really, but that was quite priceless. Or Saseki's. He's such a fucking troll, dude. Still, on the bright side, you've had an extremely entertaining experience without paying a penny. And it would seem you were not even found guilty. But there is no bright side.
Whatever do you mean, Mr. Natsume?
Even after this, I'm still cursed by the spirits, and now by the Reaper! Ah,
Lord Van Zeeks.
I haven't forgotten, you know, what facing that man in court means! Even if you're found not guilty, you're still doomed!
It will be all right, Mr. Natsume. If the Reaper appears trying to make trouble, I will protect you. Ayah!
There we go. There's the cherry on top of our women doing violence is fun. Thanks to Stream Jelly. I shall head to my beautifully proclaimed Beethoven-bedded bed! Beethovenian-bedded bed. I see. Farewell. Sweet dreams. Have a good one, Cactus. Susato takedown.
With a perfectly executed Susato takedown.
Much as I like being turned on my head, a bit of warning might be nice next time, Miss Susato. So, Mr. Natsume, what do you intend to do now? You mentioned something about recounting your experiences to your friends back in Japan? Yes, I intend to return to my homeland soon.
Oh,
It has already been a year since I arrived here in Great Britain. I've visited universities, libraries, bookshops. I've been honored with the tutelage of professors. I've learned so much about the wealth of literature here and the city it has shaped. And I've come to realize that it is my calling to sail home and tell my fellow countrymen about it.
that's very touching, Mr. Natsume.
Or, in perhaps less veiled terms, you wish to withdraw halfway around the world to escape the terror of the Reaper's curse. That's not it at all! The more I learn of literature, the more this strange feeling claws at my insides. I feel compelled to return to my roots, attempt to pen a work of my own. Oh, I see. A work of literature by Saseki-san. Could be an interesting read. An author by the name of Saseki Natsume? Nah. And what of Miss Susato and yourself, Mr. Naruhodo? Sorry? What about us? Will you return to Japan alongside your mustached compatriot? Why would we?
A week has not yet passed since we arrived in London. And only now does it feel as though we finally found our feet.
And you are accommodated in a hotel at present, are you not? That's right, but we need to find lodgings before it bankrupts us.
I've calculated we can only afford another 10 nights before our entire budget is exhausted.
Well then, you could take my lodgings. Oh, the windowless room? But what it lacks in windows, it more than makes up for with a floor, a ceiling, and walls. Great. And of course, I'd be happy to leave behind the accursed evil spirit.
Oh my, an evil spirit?
Oh yes, it tries to suffocate you while you sleep. It's an infallible wake-up call. Well, think about it, if that's all right. Perhaps I can offer a more welcome alternative. Would you consider taking lodgings with me?
Really?
Well, the vacancy has conveniently presented itself. Though it is up in the attic, I might add. Are you sure it isn't just a storage loft? I spoke with the landlady this very morning on the matter of price, and Iris is cleaning the room as we speak. You must come at once. I presume you have no luggage to speak of?
Oh, this is simply wonderful! What an honor to be invited to take lodgings in the Great Detective's office's attic! I'm too overcome for words.
Oh, suggesting we look elsewhere is out of the question, then. Then it's settled. Iris will prepare a welcome dinner this evening. And you must come too, Mr. Natsume. I insist. I don't know what to say, but thank you, and yes.
Wonderful. Then I'll go and complete the paperwork for your formal release, Mr. Natsume. It shan't take long.
Somebody's happy. Welcome. I knew that you wouldn't let me down. I'm truly delighted to have met you here in London. Likewise, Mr. Natsume. It's been a privilege meeting you too. It's a shame that we're going to have to say goodbye so soon. Well, I've come to realize that I belong in Japan. But Locum, we'll meet again one day. Yes, I'm sure. And hopefully by then, I'll be a successful lawyer. Hopefully by then, I'll be a successful author. Technically, you are already a successful lawyer. You haven't lost a single case. Well, my dear fellows, our carriage appears to have arrived. Shall we go, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, Mr. Shans. I have little doubt Mr. Natsume will be released in time for dinner this evening. So, Saseki-san's innocence successfully established, we rode with Mr. Shans to what was to become our new home, 221B Baker Street. Yay! Are those onions? Or is that garlic? That'd be some massive fucking garlic, but I've never seen onions hanging like that. So this
Is to be our new office, yes.
our office. Stay off vampires. Do you know any vampires? Hold on.
That's right! Barrack von Zeeks!
Rather like the sound of that.
Me too. It's simply wonderful, isn't it?
Hope you can see this, Kazuma. Only a small step. But I'd like to think we're getting a little closer to your dream now. Thank you, Topi, for the rate 3, or not 3, 2 raids in one stream. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're all having a good time. We're actually just about to wrap up ourselves. Hope you had a good time. All done with case 4. Yep, just finishing up now. Thought it was going to take 4 streams, but hey, perfect little 3 streamer for the whole week. Don't mind that one bit. So, my dear fellows, you like the place? Oh, God. Who the fuck are you? Put your hat back on. I don't like that. You don't look right. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, I don't like that. He doesn't look right. He does not look right. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. I'm scared. He looks wrong. I don't know this man. Mr. Sholmes. Yes, thank you so much.
It's a delightful room, Mr. Sholmes. I simply adore it.
Good. I'm pleased to hear it. Iris and I are delighted to welcome you.
I hope everyone's hungry. It's nearly time for dinner. We'll eat as soon as Mr. Natsume arrives. We have a lot to celebrate.
Oh, but he never did arrive, did he?
Iris, you must let me help you. All right then, Susie. You can be in charge of the salad. Splendid.
So, Mr. Naruhodo, how does it feel to have your own office in the capital? It's very exciting, actually. Can't help wondering what adventures await us. Those were precisely my sentiments when I first established my office in these premises. The pretty boy character designs in this game really are miles ahead of the others. It's crazy. It's crazy. Till I discovered the dark truth about the city of London, that is. Sorry? London is a glorious place, full of wonder, opportunity, prosperity, and mirth. But the brightest of lights casts the darkest of shadows. Shadows? What do you mean? Well, I believe you're well aware of the murkiness that lies behind London's facade already. So, once again, Mr. Naruhodo, welcome to London. Ooh, fun. Very fun. Of course, at the time, I had no idea the significance of those words Mr. Sholmes so casually spoke. But it wasn't long before my turn came. I lift the facade to the true depth of the murk that lay behind it. He looks good as long as he's not facing the camera. Yeah. He's aura farm. He's always aura farming. He's always aura farming and rage baiting. It's all he does. It's all he knows how to do. When he pops his ult, he does both. There we go. The adventure of the unspeakable story. The Hound of the Baskervilles. A hound it was, but not such a hound as any mortal has ever seen. Its eyes glowed with a smoldering glare. The whole of its ox-sized body was outlined in white-hot flames. And we'll save it. For now. We got time. We'll see just the beginning of the case. Get a little preview, shall we?
It's coming! Sholmes's cry pierced through the thick wall of fog around us. Wisps of vapor flowed over the pistol as I cocked it, and I waited, breathlessly, in the stillness. The silence lasted for what seemed an eternity, until, at last, it appeared. From the shadows of the cloud, an enormous beast sprang out upon us. A hound it was, but not such a hound as any mortal has ever seen. Its eyes glowed with a smoldering glare. The whole of its ox-sized body was outlined in white-hot flames. Its rumbling pant and hideous howl, so terrified was I that I began to tremble with fear. "Look well, Wilson," Sholmes declared, gazing upon the mystical beast. "For this is the diabolical Hound of the Baskervilles."
Can I trade this amateur hour for a jelly voiceover? It sounds so alien. Damn! That's some crazy phrase. Holy shit. I'll take it. Alright, and we'll save right there. Then go back to the title. We just saved. We're fine. We just saved. We're fine. Yay! There we go. Oh, man. Big stretch. All right. That was Case 4 of The Great Ace Attorney. I am fucking loving this game. I forgot how much I loved Ace Attorney. The process of playing through it is just such a fantastic time. And it's even better voice acting it, man. I gotta, like... Every time I have to do voice acting on stream, for some reason there's this, like, embarrassment threshold that I have to work myself up and over. And I don't know why I haven't sort of, like, immunized myself yet. Because, to be completely honest, like, not only do I think I'm doing a pretty good job, I'm having fun doing it. So, like, there's no problems there. If it's a little cringe, like, who give a fuck? I'm having a fun time. I look forward to hearing page 2 of the book. You know what? You know what? I'm feeling generous today. Let's read another right now. Laboratory. And John knew that, in a lot of ways. After they retired, they would miss the science, the day-to-day interactions with some of the brightest minds on the planet. Where to now? Lily had asked him a few years ago, when they decided to retire at 65. The ranch, full-time. I hoped you'd say something like that, she told him, and he didn't think he'd ever loved her more than in that moment. Farmers at heart? She laughed. What do you suppose the kids will think? Joan has her own life with Stan and the 2 grandbabies in Salt Lake, so I don't think she'd want to come back to help out when we get doddering. And Kirk's got to start at the CIA, so it's not likely he and his wife and the baby would come home. Spies retire early, John had told her. So we leave the ranch to him? Think so. Me too. Locking the printout in his safe, John went to the window of his third-story office and looked across what, in the past 30 years, had become a vast campus that no longer specialized in nuclear weapons design and testing, but had branched out to a host of other disciplines, including Lily's quantum mechanics, chemistry, energy systems, superconductivity, and all the earth sciences. It was going to be strange to leave it, and yet some of the kids coming up were doing that work that, 5 years ago, he'd never even dreamed about. Some of it was almost science fiction. At 6'3", with a lean, almost lanky figure and a narrow face with what Lily called the kindest, most expressive eyes on the planet, he looked more like a rancher than a scientist, and his wife liked that, too. "We're just a pair of Great Plains country bumpkins, and that'll never change," she'd said just last week, when they were sitting on the porch of their ranch house having their usual sundowners, Pinot Grigio for her, a gin and tonic for him. This book is so bad, it's amazing. We're two pages in, man. We're 2 pages in. But, like, yeah, it's not great. It's not. I got a chapter in and stopped reading because it was Tom Clancy slop. Great Plains country bumpkins drinking cocktails, discussing quantum physics. They got a son in the CIA. They were high school sweethearts who fell in love instantly and both went to critically acclaimed scientific universities. You need to do the voices next time? I'll try. It's very hard to place who's talking, to be honest with you. But that is going to be all from me today. Thank you very much for watching. We will be back next week, I believe, on Tuesday, with an art stream. It's been so long since we did an art stream. I'm really excited for this one. We got an art stream. Because after Greatest Attorney Case 4, we're going to be playing Cave Story. So I got to make a model for Cave Story, which I don't think should take too long. So we will also be doing some sketch requests. I have some banked up. So I'm really looking forward to that. I have a fun idea for what I want the model to be. I'll need to do a little bit more research over the weekend before I can get it together. Cave Story is great. I'm looking forward to it. Thanks, Sistrum. Have a good one, Alvin. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here, everyone. I had a great time with this. I really like doing the voices. I can't lie. It's really fun doing the voices. Not only because the voices themselves are fun, but it's very gratifying just to be able to do them and to be able to switch between them so quickly. Like, there are some times in Ace Attorney where 5 different characters are all swapping back and forth. It feels kind of crazy that I can just do that without skipping a beat sometimes. It's very fun. That game with the epic hip-hop walkthrough. Yeah, the whole rap walkthrough. Maybe we'll listen to it if we get stuck somewhere, huh? But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Cave Story is a game that I've been interested in for a long time. So I was really happy whenever C8 redeemed it. Let us raid Allison, who I believe is still playing Mother 3. But yeah, so we'll be back next week with an art stream. We have a stream with Walrus, I'm planning. And somewhere in the middle of the week, a little extra special surprise to look forward to. So, until next time, folks, have a good one. See ya!